couple of years ago, that whole like cancel culture thing was insanity.
What does that mean, to be canceled?
It means you lose.
How can you be canceled?
We're so eager to be upset about something. Like, we just find shit to get mad at.
I always tell people too, like, this is gonna sound really grim, but it is the truth. None of it matters, really. I had every excuse in the book
To give up.
100%. Literal rock bottom, multiple times. Had no father figure in my life to show me, like, my mom did her best, but she also had to work full time. So I'm in like daycares, my grandmother helped raise me, but like, I never had anyone that I could look up to and be like, that is a strong person. My mother was very strong, yes, but as a guy, I struggle. Like, I wanted another guy to relate to, right? So I just had to find it on my own. Like, I forced myself to, and I allowed myself to go through rock bottom, and I allowed myself to take a step back and reevaluate the people I'm allowing in my life.
Welcome to Be Great. I am here with massive influencer. I prefer Emperor Dijon.
Thank you.
To myself.
That's what I'm saying.
I
gotta make the switch.
Emperor Doom, Emperor Dijon.
You know what? It's funny. I would have picked a better name if
Dylan?
No, not Dylan.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
No.
Dude, I got stubbed with Bruce.
Well,
I had two options in life. Fucking be a fighter or be a fucking hairdresser.
yeah, literally, or Batman.
I get that a lot.
Actually, what's stopping you from being Batman?
Well, truth be told, there are some rumors that I am.
That's what I mean. There's nothing stopping you. I've just done the tour of this place. I'm like, no, this is literally. There's nothing.
Dude, wait till I
stopping
bring it
you.
to my house.
Yeah,
That fucking place is dope.
I bet.
So where did Dijon come from, though?
Honestly, it was just when my workers at work called me.
Yeah, but it's a fucking mustard.
I know. That's what I mean. I don't even like mustard. I can't stand mustard. So when I first initially started the whole TikTok, Instagram, YouTube thing, I was like, I couldn't think of a name. So I was like, I'll just do what they call me at work or whatever. And then it took off really quick. And I'm like, damn it, it's too late. Like, I can't change it now.
It's cool, though.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, that's why it is different, but it's literally like, oh gosh.
So let's start at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Before you got to the place now where you're this big influencer, where did you start?
So after high school, I wanted to do my post-secondary education somewhere else. And because of an ancestral visa, I was able to do it in England, and college is free in England.
Oh, yeah.
University's not, unless you go to Scotland, it's free there. But I don't, that's off topic. Anyway, I was like, I'm just doing like an immigration advertisement for the United Kingdom. But I decided to do it somewhere else. We went with England. And when I got there, I originally wanted to be a history teacher because I absolutely love history.
Yeah. Fascinating.
Yeah. So I got there, and the teacher, college, whatever, they said, we can't give you that course. Not enough people passed it. And they have a rule in certain colleges where if there's only a certain percentage that can't pass it, they get rid of that course for, I think, like 3 years. And they cycle in a new course. So I'm like, shit, like, I don't know what to do. Like, my mother just spent $10,000 to bring all of our furniture here on a boat. Like, I don't know what to do. And they're like, well, you should take religious education because it's kind of close. Like, the way that they're, like, the history, it's like the closest thing we have.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, then they're like, you can have a major and then 2 minors. So pick your major being the religious one and then do the minors as something else. So I picked environmental science and I picked law.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, so I just thought it'd be cool to have. It was between law or business, but I kind of thought law is a little more niche, where I feel like business, a lot of it, you kind of have to have hands-on anyway and, like, know the right people, too.
100.
So, yeah, so I thought the law would probably be a little bit more practical. But I find that as I was doing it, the law was too much because the paperwork. So it was hard for me to, and I loved it, too. Like, I was like, I love this. And I thought I was moving a little more closer to that. But then the religion thing was cool, and I enjoyed studying it. Like, I learned all about Islam, Christianity, Judaism, like all that. And I like, to me, that was like a hobby thing. And the other one being environmental science, I'm like, this is so new. Like, the idea behind it is greener technology and how to make things greener.
Okay.
And this is back in 2013. So it was pretty new at the time. And I'm
believe
like,
in climate change?
Yeah. Well, me?
Yeah.
No, not the climate. I mean, yes and no. I mean, everything changes all the time anyway.
Yeah.
That's why I have ice ages, why the poles have already flipped. Like, I don't think, I mean, humans might be speeding it up or slowing it down, but I don't think that.
So you think the liberal government, those fucks, do you think that Trudeau's push for, I think he actually tried to make climate change an emergency in Canada. So you don't believe that we are on the verge of the polar caps melting and shit?
If we are, Canada has nothing to do with it because of the amount of forests that we have. The forest versus the pollution that we have.
Right.
I'm not an expert on it at all in any way, shape, or form, but I can't imagine that the factories we have in like this part of Ontario where we're in, we're so jam compact here.
Yes.
And we think like Canada, it's you get dropped anywhere in a helicopter in Canada, you're gonna end up in a forest.
Yep.
most
I
of
agree.
the
I think
time.
it's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't.
This is my other attempt at getting canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think climate change, I think, is fucking bullshit. So fuck all you climate changers. Okay. The religious study is cool, though. Like, I think there's a lot
Yeah.
to be learned from history. I mean, do you have any particular religious beliefs of your own?
I don't. I wouldn't say the problem with religion is humans have been too involved with it, and as soon as humans stick their hand in something, it screws it up.
And makes it a business?
Yeah. Either a business or form to an agenda of which they want.
That's fair.
Right.
Yep.
So when it comes to just for me logically, I do believe that there is one God.
But the whole, the theory of many gods, that's fucking cool too, right? Like,
It is cool, 100%, but
Yeah.
then that would mean chaos.
yeah, I dig the old Norse gods and the old Roman gods and Greek gods. Like, having all of them, that's a fucking cool story.
It is a cool story, but I think that's more for like stories of mythology.
Yeah,
right.
fair enough.
But like practicality of an intelligent creator, I do believe there can only be one.
Okay.
Because of how in balance everything is in the universe. Like where everything, if you had like more than one thrown in an opinion it would be utter chaos.
Fair.
But like even the tilt of the earth and to the sun and all of the stuff in space and the gases and like that has to have intelligent design, in my opinion, right?
I
like
agree.
If an iPhone required an intelligent creator and it doesn't even hold a fraction of like a iota to what our human bodies can do,
Fair.
that makes me logically think that we were intelligently designed. I don't know what that intelligent designer looks like or what it wants or whatever, because I don't really take religious scripture as that, okay, that's the word of God. Like I can't
I agree.
do that because humans have,
Fucked with it.
yeah. Like even when they formed the Bible, like Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John, like they were just showing, like writing down what they saw.
Agreed.
Right? And if you look at the formation of the Gospels, you kind of find that, you know, in the start, like the book of Mark, for example, he doesn't portray Jesus to be like God.
Right.
You know, he's very clear, like Jesus prays to God. Jesus said that he couldn't do this without God's permission. He's nothing without the Father. And you get to John, and John's like, oh yeah, Jesus did this, did that.
They
like,
supersized him.
yeah. So then there's a bunch of other issues that, and again, I'm not denying the existence of Jesus. I 100% think that Jesus was real. I just think that the human aspect of the Bible needing a hero, I just can't see if God's all knowing. God wouldn't need a son. God wouldn't. I don't know though. I'm not God. You know what I mean?
No, I know, but I find religion interesting because there's always different theories. What I don't like is that my religion is the right one, yours is shit.
Yeah,
I don't dig that.
No,
right?
no.
I don't like how the fact that in the original scriptures Jesus was the prophet, but and in the New Testament they made him like this Ubermensch. He's a super guy and he's able to do everything. I think there is merit in religion, in whatever religion. I believe that some people need to have faith, right? I don't like if I have this religious sort of belief that I should start pushing it on you.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with that is like in some of the letters that Paul wrote, it is called to preach the gospel. So that's why you have like people that are like, hey, have you heard about Jesus? It's because they feel like they have to because the Bible told them to. Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's just like with Islam, they're not allowed to convince you to, they call it reverting to Islam instead of converting because they believe everybody was born Muslim.
Nice.
So they don't believe that, like they can't force you to revert. They kind of have to, they can guide you, but they're not as pushy, Muslims, because of like their scripture doesn't tell them to be pushy. The Quran doesn't. But the Bible is very like, you gotta like let people know, shout the name of Jesus, go forth and preach to all nations. And that's why Christians are more pushy. But in their defense, it's because their book's telling them to. So they're just doing what they believe is right.
Just off topic though, the very fact that we are trying to rewrite history to make it more politically correct, I think is absolutely fucking atrocious too.
Yeah. I struggle a lot with, and I'm so thankful because a couple of years ago, that whole like cancel culture thing was insanity. And now I think people are starting to be like, no.
They're
like,
chilling a little bit.
Just no.
There's still some fucking motherfuckers out there, these leftists that just, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It gets on my nerves.
Yeah. No,
like we're so eager to be upset about something. Like we just find shit to get mad at.
Yeah. I always tell people too, like, this is going to sound really grim, but it is the truth. None of it matters really at the end of the day. If I do something terrible in 100 years from now, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, as long as it's not like shaping the times or whatever.
It's interesting. You know, the singer actress Cher?
Yeah.
Right? She said something, I'm quoting fucking Cher.
Do you believe?
There you go. There you go. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Yeah. She said, if in 5 years it doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, how poignant is that?
Yeah, it's
right?
true.
We get so wound up in something that we think is so fucking monumental, but at the end of the day, in 5 years or whatever, like Elvis Presley, you can go to people out now and say, do you know who Elvis Presley is? And they're like, I have no fucking clue. Yeah. So really, we have to question, what are we doing? Is what we're doing that important? Like I question now in my life, what is my legacy going to be? Right? Is it the fact that, you know, I have perfect sports? No one's going to give a shit, right? Is it going to be, I've got this massive comic collection? No one's going to give a shit. Like, what is going to be your footprint? What are you going to leave behind?
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's talk about, what do you want? How do you want to touch people?
Sexually.
Not in the Michael Jackson way.
No, I think for me, the biggest motivation that I have to do what I do and to wake up every day is I grew up without a father and I never had like a predominant father figure in my life. And I always felt like that was something that I was craving. So every day that I wake up, I try to be the father figure that I never had. And I constantly look back and think, like, would childhood me be happy with what I've done? Yeah. And I'm like, absolutely. And I don't mean that from an ego perspective.
I'm all about ego, dude.
Yeah. I just mean it from like a reality perspective, because like the facts of what I've been able to do. And that to me is all I really care about, because and unless if I'm going to be like a warlord conqueror,
it's not a bad gig.
Yeah. I do. Although I will say this, I do have this like thought in my head where I think society, I don't think we're lasting another 20 years without something crazy collapsing. It's especially with AI. Like, I've had crazy conversations with ChatGPT. I do it for fun. Like, I quiz it and I ask it certain things, and I'm like, oh, we are so screwed. Like, we are beyond screwed. And even like Elon Musk was saying the same thing. And then there was another guy who was like the grandfather of AI, and he ended up quitting. I don't know if like there's a clip somewhere. I maybe send it to you after this. But he was even saying it's advancing too fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's an elderly gentleman, and he's on a podium talking. And he quit, and he didn't want to do it.
Well,
anymore.
There's been how many fucking movies that have come out showing you that we're going down a bad path?
Yeah, exactly.
But listen, you're either going to be part of adapting to AI, or you're going to get left behind with it.
Yeah.
But to go back to your point, you said, you know, how do you touch people? I was looking at some of your clips prior to hooking up with you today. You made me laugh, right? Yeah. I laughed at your shit. Like, how big of a gift is that to you, right? You did something and you touched me and you made me laugh. You made me feel better in that moment. That is fucking powerful shit.
That's true. I've been like that my entire life as well. Like, even on a smaller scale. Like, I used to, in grade 3, my teacher had to put a cardboard around my desk, because I just wouldn't stop like trying to entertain people.
Nice.
And that was a huge problem that I had. I just wouldn't care. I didn't care about school at all in the slightest.
I didn't really either.
I started to care a little bit later because it became more challenging, and I thought it was fun. Like, especially when I got into the academic history courses and everything, I'm like, okay, now I'm actually enjoying this. But I do get a lot of messages all the time. And to me, it's a little weird Again, I'm not saying that it's weird to them, but for me to receive a message where someone's like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I'm going through a really hard time and your videos have cheered me up. And, you know, and like, I've had phone calls with, like, I've had people message me being like, man, I'm just so close to ending it. And I'm like, what? I don't want to take it away from them by diluting how they feel. It's just, to me, because I know myself, I'm like, why are these people like reaching out to me with this? But
because you've made a fucking impact on them.
And then that's why I have to understand. And I had to sit there and think about it. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I literally just hit the phone call button, and I'll FaceTime on Instagram, and I speak, hey man, I got your message. Like, are you good now? Like, is everything better? And they're like tweaking, like, oh my God. And that, to me, it does feed my ego. I don't like that it does.
Yeah, come on.
But
it's not even a bad thing that it does.
Yeah.
You made somebody feel better.
I know.
Right? And fuck that. That's good.
Like,
you should roll in that shit.
I know. It's just my brain, though. It goes into like that philosophical debate of, oh shit, now that I like it, does that dilute the good deed? So that's...
Depends. Did you do the good deed to serve your own ego, or did you do it because it's the right thing to do?
Exactly. And that's what I looked at. I looked at intent.
Yes.
Am I intending to do this purely out of a selfish way to feel better about myself? I'm like, no. Like, I did legitimately look at this person and think, oh gosh, I should actually help them because it's the right thing to do. Because I know that if their mom or dad reaches out, I'm sure they probably already have. It doesn't matter. But if somebody that they look up to that owes them nothing, they have no bond to them, nothing, takes the time out of their day to phone them and make sure they're okay, I think that would be a lot more impactful for them on a personal level.
For sure.
Which is why I do it. And I also tell people all the time, like, I was in Chicago airport, and I always check my Instagram DMs. I see everything. And I saw a photo of myself, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look at it, and it's like, hey man, I was just really nervous. I saw you at the airport. I was like, brother, what you did is so much worse. I was like, you can't, it's like, don't just come up and say hi. And I've always said this, like, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, where I am. If you want to come up and if you see me and you say you want to say hi to me, I will 100% do that for you, because I wouldn't be where I am without you.
100.
So
yep.
I do find like it pisses me off a lot, or I've seen a couple people that have gotten mad at people coming up to them, and I just can't imagine, like, now you've separated. They're no longer your supporters. They're now assets to you. That's when I think you have the mentality that you don't owe them anything, when they literally gave you your platform. I think now you need to take a look at yourself, because that's not good enough in my opinion.
I agree. You know, through the course of the Perfect Sports and everything else that I do, we deal with a lot of people that deal with celebrities, right? And what is astounding to me is that we've put celebrities on such a pedestal that they think that they're above everybody else.
Yeah.
Right? And for what it is that they give to society, the fact that we applaud, let's say, an actor versus a doctor.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane to me.
Yeah. I've always had this thing in my head where I'm like, why? The worst for me is construction workers. Like, these guys get up
Bust
at
their
5
balls.
5 in the morning to make sure that this microphone has power, to make sure this building can be built, to make sure the plumbing running through here. Like, the construction workers literally run our society.
Yep.
And they get paid this much compared to like an athlete. Now I get it. Now I get it. You've dedicated your life. There's money in it. It is a business at the end of the day.
They are generating money.
Yeah.
But I think we put tradespeople down because it's a physical labor job. And again, I think people that are essential to the way society runs, police, fire, tradespeople. Like, I can't do shit, dude. If something breaks in my house, I'm on the fucking phone getting someone to fix my shit.
Yeah.
So I agree with you.
And plus, like, that was the life that I lived before videos, right? So, and I think anybody, like, when COVID happens, I think that anybody that was essential, that should have been a huge wake-up call to our society, because there weren't sports games happening. It doesn't matter really at the end of the day, but you still needed your hydro, you still needed your water, your electric, your everything, right? And people didn't really... It wasn't a wake-up call to them. They just, as soon as it went back to normal, like, oh, thank goodness.
I think I think there was people that woke up during COVID. I think there was people that were already aware of the bullshit that was going on. And I think there are people that either choose to stay in the dark or just complacent being where they are, and those fuckers will never change.
Yeah, and that sucks to me too, is I know that people I find aren't ever virtuous unless it's convenient for them. I think that is the biggest takeaway from what I've witnessed growing up when it comes to doing the right thing. And like I've seen so many cases where it's like, you know, a domestic violence thing where everybody just said, "Oh, it's none of our business. It's their marriage." Like,
that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's 100% bullshit.
Yeah.
100%. Like that to me is such a cowardice thing to do. And it's stuff exactly like that you see all the time.
Look at what we're seeing now. To me, you should do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, regardless of any circumstance, regardless of maybe public backlash, right? What's the line in John Wick, the last one? What's the point in being a friend when you're only a friend when it's convenient?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Like everybody needs a 3 a.m. friend. I think that you can phone at 3 a.m. and they'll
help you
show
move
up
a body.
Yeah. Everybody needs one of those. So it's yeah. I got one.
I got some people that will create the body and then help move the body.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing too is like my best friend, his name's Dalton Rasta. He's a PFL middleweight fighter. He has a mentality that is very similar to mine when it comes to friendship, where, you know, you don't want lots of friends. You want like maybe 3 or 4 core, like ride or die friends 100. That you can trust with your life.
Yep.
And you're going to get so much more value from that than having 1,000 friends.
Well, as popular as you are, right, you're going to be and for me in my position, I'm like, it would be very easy for me to be surrounded by yes men.
Yeah.
And I fucking don't want that.
No, definitely not.
No, but
that's the other thing too, is even Dalton, he's the type of person which I love that'll be like, nah, bro, like what you're doing, that's dumb. And it's oh shit. And then he explains it. It's like, oh no, okay, you're right. I see where you're coming from. You're right, that is dumb. He could have easily have been like, yeah, bro, that's great. That looks good. Instead, it's not criticism if you're doing it in a way to try and help your friend win.
It's done out of love.
Exactly.
Play that scenario out. You did something that was dumb, and Dalton didn't say anything, and you put it out, and it actually detracted from your viewers, or you look stupid.
Yeah.
How does that help you? There's competing companies in my industry where the guy is surrounded by yes men and he's putting out the stupidest shit and his brand is tanking simply because he likes to be right. His ego is such that he does not want to be challenged. You need fucking to be challenged. You need to be told, bro, that's fucking dumb. Don't do that.
100%. And I always think the mantra of like, you have to serve before you can lead is very, very true. I think you need to have a certain like build up to get, if you just pluck somebody and just throw them straight into a power position, I'd like to say 9 times out of 10, they'd probably fail.
I'm trying to think how that happened for me. Cause I basically always had jobs where, I mean, I had bartending gigs and I fucking was the potato guy in a restaurant, but
that still counts.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps I'm not big on humility. I don't have that gene, but I just think if you try and be a good person, I think that pretty much lights the way in front of you.
Yes, because then that means that you would be the type of leader. There's the leader that shouts from the back and is like whipping people to go forward. And then there's the guy that's got the rope and he's pulling from the front, being like, let's go this way. That's the type of leader that is going to be successful.
I think you need people of similar mindset to you as well, too.
Yeah.
Right? I have a very aggressive sort of mentality. And I want to dominate the industry, but not for the sake of me and my own ego, because I feel that everyone who's putting in their time here deserves those accolades as well. Like everybody, I've never been the guy that has to have the whole pie, right? I want everyone to be happy. And that doesn't merely just the business, right? I think your core group of people that you surround yourself with, I think they need to be taken care of.
Yeah, and that goes back to what we were saying earlier about legacy that you leave behind, right? You can't die and be buried with your pie. Like,
right.
You can't.
Right.
You know, if you do, then whatever. But if you're willing to share your accolades with everybody else because they earned it too. Like, I'm not just saying like handouts. Like you said, people are working hard.
Yep.
They deserve it. That to me is so important because it's so rare. And especially when you get to like corporate level stuff where it just becomes more greedy and greedy and greedy.
Yes.
I cannot understand for the life of me how there can be someone who is a multi-billionaire and their employees can't afford to live. I get like you are responsible for your own money, and I do understand that.
Sure.
But there's a certain aspect, especially in the States, where like you have to pay for healthcare. You have to, I know there's health insurance, but like, good gosh, that's a shit show. Like anything to do with insurance is a shit show on a good day.
Yep.
But I think like, why can't you be like a 999 millionaire and like just at least
with that, and this is, I'm coming from experience. So I'm a collector of like statues and memorabilia and shit. So I had a fucking 6 foot tall Darth Maul statue delivered to the office, right? Because it came in a fucking coffin.
Yeah.
And when someone in the warehouse saw that, they came to me saying, well, you know, I want to raise. I mean, you can clearly afford this, even though I pay the maximum of a job position.
Yeah.
Right? I just don't think people should feel that they deserve more simply because others have more.
Yeah, no, I know that's not what I meant.
Yes.
Because I agree with that 100%. I
Yes.
think that you should be paid what you put in the effort for. So
Yes.
if you're going to put the bare minimum effort into your job, you should get the bare minimum pay. That's my opinion.
I agree.
Right? If you're going to put in the maximum effort, there is a cap. You can't do a certain job. Like if you work at Walmart and you stack shelves there, nothing wrong with that. But you don't deserve $50 an hour. You know what I
Agreed.
mean? So there has to be, then there's a discussion where it's like, hey, you are working hard. Let's move you over to this apartment. Like,
Sure.
To offer them growth, right?
Yes.
But if you're going to have someone come up to you and because you got a statue and be like, well, you can afford this. So no.
Yeah.
You need to show me that you earned that. You don't just get to like think you deserve it.
Sure.
Right?
I very much I'm a fan of meritocracy.
Yeah.
Right. And I think people, regardless of color, gender, whatever, two genders, is that if you aspire to be more and you work to be more, then you should be given more. You should deserve for your efforts. Right. And for example, here we routinely do, like Aaron takes care of people, like we'll get the Dairy Queen truck to come here. We go out for dinners. We do, we just do fun shit, right? To make sure that everyone is appreciative and to know they're appreciated.
I had a boss named Lance. I absolutely love that guy. He was my boss, owned a company called HRS Rail in England, where we would just do construction on the railways for the government. And every single person that worked for him, I mean, there were people on similar wages, but like everybody would almost be on a different wage. And he would literally say, no, I will pay you to what I think you are worth. If I phone you at 2 a.m. and say, hey, we have an emergency call out, and you say no, okay, fair, whatever.
Yep.
But if you keep saying no, and then I'm giving it to someone else, when there's layoffs, guess who's getting laid off
100%.
first? Yeah, he said, you don't have to, but I want to see the effort you're willing to put into the company.
To go above and beyond.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. And then there was someone that did that, and he bought that guy a brand new car. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Gave him a company vehicle, gave him a gas card.
Yep.
So he never had to pay gas. Like, and then people got jealous of that guy, and Lance like, I don't give a fuck if they're jealous. I really don't, because he's earned it.
That's right.
There's nothing to be jealous of other than their own egos that are upset that they didn't put in the effort when the time was right, and now they want it because they've seen what they could have got.
Sure.
Fuck them.
But isn't that true about anybody?
Exactly.
Right? Someone who's successful, routinely what happens is that your people around you are either going to hate you, right? Because now you're successful and you've shown them what they could have done had they actually put some effort. And then you're going to have people like, oh, fucking Dylan's successful. Like, what can he give me now? What can he do for me?
Yeah.
Right? That was a fucking really big wake up call for me when I started to make some money.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I have all these people coming out of the woodwork. Oh, I love you. Fucking, fuck you.
Yeah. I've had a few messages from people that I went to high school with that barely said a word to me. Like,
for sure.
Hey, man, yeah, we should catch up. And I'm like, and again, it's back to like what Dalton said, right? It's like, no, I'm good. I got enough friends, man. Like, and I don't mean that in like a disrespectful way.
It's a disrespectful way.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now you want to hang out with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. So I was definitely not cool at all in high school.
Neither was I, dude.
Yeah, I literally just played Halo 3 and
I was a 15-year-old skinny little fuck that loved comic books.
Yeah. No, I was 6'3", 125 pounds when I was in high school.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I can show you the before and after photos as well. Like it was, because I went through. I mean, I was picked on. I was picked on for being a skinny nerd, especially like biggest like target on your back you could do for high school. I love WWE as well, so
Okay.
I would wear the wrestling shirts. Like, you're a 125-pound kid wearing a John Cena shirt, you're gonna get pushed into a locker. It is what it is.
John Cena's the man. Do you watch
Yeah.
Peacemaker?
No, I haven't. The only thing like with me is I barely have time to watch anything because I run my whole operation myself.
Yes.
So I
The
film.
fact
I
that you do
edit,
your
and-
shit on a fucking iPad is mind blowing to me.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's so fun though.
Okay, so let's go back from England. You came here because I understand you went through some like tough times.
Yeah. So when I left England, I just wasn't happy there. I missed it back here. That was kind of a bad mentality, on an immature mentality from my perspective.
Why?
Because I thought the grass was greener on the other side. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And so I came back to Canada, $50 in my pocket. I was staying with my godmother for a little bit.
So your mother stayed in England?
Yeah, my mother stayed in England.
Is she still there?
Yeah, she's still there to this
Nice.
day. Yeah, I think she's actually talking about moving back in March, which I think it's been like 10 years.
Isn't the UK fucked right now?
Yeah, they're going down the drain fast.
Yes.
Very, very fast. It's, in my opinion, I'm not an economics expert. Okay, I can just see things from my perspective, and I've got a lot of friends over there,
Yeah.
especially in high places
Yeah.
like Lance and everything, and it's too far gone. They need like a factory reset.
I think fucking Canada needs a fucking reset.
Yeah, Canada's too far gone too, I think. 100%. And that sucks because I get in the debate with myself of wanting to leave, right? But I love this country. Like, I was born here, you know what I mean? I've never thought about not coming back here, right? And I almost feel like it's very unpatriotic of me to have people come in that I don't like, it come into power that I don't like. And
Mark
for
Carney.
me, for me to just leave because of that, I think isn't in my morals.
I struggle with the same issue, but you have to think about what is better for yourself long term, financially, mentally.
Yeah.
And if you are in an environment which you cannot grow, you are behest to find a place where you can thrive. And I have the same issue. Like, I was born in Canada, but I routinely think and have put steps into play where I'm going to leave Canada,
Yeah.
right? Where would you go?
If I had to go anywhere, realistically, Texas, because I have so many friends down there,
okay,
and I
yeah.
love them so much.
Yep.
And yeah, I know that I would be surrounded by the right people. Florida would be an option.
That's where I'm looking.
Just because like that's where Dalton is,
Oh.
and I know that he lives in like Fort Lauderdale area.
Yeah.
And I do like Florida. I just the drivers are insane down there. I can't.
Really?
They just drive like lunatics. Yeah.
It's the heat that fucks
And that's
with
the
me.
other thing too is I can't deal with the heat. Now in my brain, what I would love to do is jack all of this in and just go up north and just build my own cabin and just live off the land. That is like my dream.
And live off the grid?
Yeah.
Like
Nobody
complete-
could find me. Yeah.
Really?
I would just do a complete disappearance. I wouldn't even tell my family. Like I would just, it was just my mom basically. But yeah, I would just go and do that because I don't know, man. Like I feel like my ideas and what I have, I genuinely believe, probably not true because it's like the first time you do anything, you're going to screw up. I genuinely believe that if I had complete control of this country, I could 100% fix it.
Me too, dude.
I know, like I'm
Let's
probably
fucking
wrong.
do it. You and I run this shit.
But because I don't have the capacity to do that, even if I somehow became prime minister, there's still certain things you can and can't do. But there's hard decisions that need to be done
Yes.
that they would never allow to happen.
That's right, because it's a popularity contest. But if we were
Exactly.
emperors,
That's what I'm saying.
we'd fucking do the emperor thing, and it's like, this is the way it's gonna be. Fuck you.
I'm not even joking. Like I would execute probably half of parliament, maybe even more.
I firmly believe that there should be a death penalty.
Yeah, because you can't, like, the amount of stuff that they get away with.
Yep.
That it's like, oh my gosh. And that's why it pisses me off when people say this is a free country. It's not.
It's not a free
It's not.
country, dude.
And when I'm in the Dominican and I'm going 50 over and I give a cop $100 to look the other way, that's a free country. There's
Yes.
corruption everywhere. We're just not allowed to be a part of it in this country.
That's right.
But there are people that can.
Yes. Yep.
That's what pisses me off. I don't care if there's corruption. I just want to be a part of it. like so for me, it's
This show's never gonna fucking air.
Yeah.
This is getting so canceled.
But I feel just how I feel about it is because I know that realistically that cannot be done. That it just makes me the only other time I'm happy is when I'm camping by myself. And I love it. Like I love just not having reception on my phone. I just love.
How long do you go camping for?
Normally I go like week periods.
Wow.
So it's like sometimes I'd love to challenge myself. Like I'll literally just take a bag with me with a small tent and then I'll just go and everything that I gather. Like I'm good at hunter gathering. That's mostly just fish. Like I'm not gonna go shoot a squirrel. I don't need to. You know what I mean? There's fish there. There's certain pine cones that you can like pull the shells out, roast them over a fire and eat them. Dandelion leaves are so good for you. Like there's certain things in the woods, especially up north, where you could live off the land if you knew what you were doing.
I would die in a fucking day, bro.
Yeah, I would love to do one of those shows like Outlast or something like that.
I'd be like 5 minutes, I'm good.
Yeah. I've always said, man, if you drop me, probably not Alaska because it's too cold, but if you drop me anywhere in Canada that's in like the lower half in the woods with like a hatchet, a fire starter, a knife, and a saw, like a handsaw, I'll live forever. Like it's
So how would you eat with just those items? How would you catch fish?
Fish you can do like normally depends if it's shallow enough. Yeah, you can just straight up build a stick like spear and just you have to time it. Like I like crossbow fishing with the carp. I love that. But like when you do it, when you're looking in the water, you almost have to aim like 3 fish below.
Because the refraction would fuck up where the actual fish is.
Yeah. So they're not where they appear. So if it's shallow enough, it's a little easier. And there's some places in Canada where the salmon are like struggling to get out. Like you would just have to find the right areas to go. But yeah, you could totally like spear them.
I wouldn't know how to, what do you call it, scale the fish?
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. Don't know how to start a fire.
Well, like with a fire starter, I mean like flint, like flint and steel. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, I still don't know how to do it. Even give me that.
You'd figure it out quickly. I think you would.
Yeah, and the camping, I don't like sleeping on the ground. I'm a bit of a pussy that way.
I find that, I mean, like when I go camping and I have my proper camping gear, I do have an inflatable mattress that it's like you use the airbag, right? Like, and then you push it in and you squeeze and then it inflates it down. So it's it's not electric. Yeah. And it only keeps you off the ground about this much, but it is comfy. It is good. I don't know, man. I have slept in one time I was in Dundas. I was walking back from my buddy's house and I got lost in the forest because the forest is different at night. Like you can't, I'm like, shit, is this the right trail? Like, oh no. I'm like, well, it's 4 a.m. It's going to be light in an hour. I just laid on the ground and just had a nap. And I woke up when it was light out and I looked around. I was like, okay, I know where I am now. And then I just went home. But if I was to go camping, I wouldn't move at night. You'd get lost for sure.
I have the worst sense of direction, bro. I'll get lost in the fucking mall. Yeah, I would die. Can't do any of that shit. So you came back to Ontario, I presume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what?
When I came back, I didn't have a license, a vehicle, $50 in my pocket, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to join the military. Because I tried joining the army when I was in England, and they denied me because of a peanut allergy. And I'm like, shit. So when I went to join the Canadian army, I said, hey, I tried to join the British military. They said I couldn't because of a peanut allergy. And they said, oh, no, that won't be a problem here. I'm like, okay. So I do the aptitude test. They said I passed with the highest grade possible, so I can pick any job to interview for in the Canadian Army. They said just not fighter pilot because I'm too tall. Apparently the eject button will rip my legs off or something. So I'm like, yeah, I'd throw up anyway, man. Like I wasn't gonna go anywhere near aviation stuff. So I picked infantry first, which I was told not to do because you can't do anything with it afterward. They're like, at least if you do like engineer or like a weapons tech, at least you're working with machinery and factory, and then you have something outside of the army when you're done. I'm like, no, I want to do infantry. So when it came to the interview process, I did the interview. The captain at the time at the Hamilton recruiting office was like, yep, no, that's good. That's great. We'll send all your stuff off. Now you just have to pass medical. And if you pass medical, you'll go to Saint Jean, Quebec, and you'll do your training. So I go to Toronto for the medical. I talked to the guy and he's like, do you have any allergy? I was like, yeah, I'm allergic to peanuts. And he goes, oh, how bad is it? And I was like, it's anaphylactic. Like I need a EpiPen. And he goes, oh no, you probably won't be able to join with that. I think that makes you automatically inadmissible. And I'm like, dude, I asked you like 9 months ago. It almost took a year process to get there. I talked to the captain in the Hamilton recruiting thing, And I told him about this, that it was an issue with the British military. And he went, oh, they don't know what they're talking about with medical stuff. I'm like, that just shows how great our fucking army is, dude. Like, honestly, a bunch of lemons in power. Like, it's
couldn't you could have done something else, weapons tech or engineering, though.
No, because the reason why they were talking about the rations, like, they don't know what's in the MREs or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know. And,
MRIs?
Yeah,
MRIs.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't know what was in it. And a lot of times they use peanuts because of how much fat is in them, like energy.
Fair, yeah.
Right? So they're everywhere. Inside you can't avoid them. So that's why they couldn't do it. I did get told, however, that there might have been a way around it. But I'm like, that's another, dude, like, who cares? And like, now I just did an allergy test. Like, I'm not anaphylactic with peanuts anymore anyway. So it's kind of like,
fuck.
Yeah, I wouldn't join now, though. There's no way. I have too many friends in the military in the States that told me that was a good decision that happened.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
They just, the way that the military's run.
There or here?
Both. Yeah. Like, in the States, it's a business for sure.
For sure it is.
Like, if you sat down and looked at what the government gives to certain companies like Boeing or anybody that makes Lockheed Martin, whatever those, like, there's a bunch of companies, that make weapons defenses, and their guys, like head guys, are like best friends with certain senators that allocate budget.
Buddy.
It's crazy, yeah. So they're like, and the whole military in the States, it's a lot different than Canada. They did say though that if I was to join the army in the States, they wouldn't give a flying shit if I had a peanut allergy. They would take me. And I'm like, yeah, makes sense. But Canada, at the time, when I was in the recruiting office anyway, we only had 197 deployed soldiers at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was only for like flood relief or, there was no combat. There was no active combat situation for the Canadian Army at the time. And I think that would have been like 2016.
Okay.
So, and I think the Canadian Army only has like 33,000 some soldiers, like active duty soldiers, where the Americans have over 300,000.
Makes sense though.
Yeah,
10 times the size.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got fucked out of the army.
Yeah, and then I didn't know what to do. So I'm like, damn it, like what do I do from here? I just got the odd jobs down. I was working at the Hamilton Harbor, just doing security there, and then I did a couple jobs for like Sylvite Agriculture Company or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like my godmother tells me, oh, I got a daughter who's moving back in because she lost her job, so she needs the room. Do you have a place to go? And I was like, yeah, I'll be all right. So then I didn't, but I didn't want to guilt her into having me stay because I don't like feeling like a burden.
Fair.
Right? So I ended up, it was in a decent time of year, so it wasn't too bad, but I was sleeping behind a church in Dundas for a little bit.
Because you didn't even have a fucking car.
No, yeah, I didn't have a car, nothing. So I was lucky enough that someone took me in, and then I was able to get a job at a greenhouse. So I worked there, and then I was able to leave the greenhouse and get a job at a concrete factory. And every single job that I've ever had, I've always got told, like, you're a really good worker. Like, even when I was at a butcher, when my very first job was a butcher, and I remember one time I was like 18 years old and I was leaning against the wall, and my manager Darren came over. He said, Dylan, I need you to just not do that. I need you to clean. Even if it looks clean, keep cleaning it. And he said, here's the reason why. I want to teach you this skill set early because a lot of people don't learn this until it's too late. You may not know what you want to do right now, but you can still develop skills that'll help you when you finally figure out what you want to do. Right now, you're a butcher. Be the best butcher you can be. Try your absolute hardest, right? Go home, research like how to do certain cuts, practice on your own time, like that you're not being paid for, right? He's like, I don't care. He's like, if you don't want to do it, I don't care. I'm just telling you that if you have a mindset where you try your hardest and put in the hours, if you can get that mindset, once you find out what you want to do, you'll be 1,000 times ahead of people who don't have it yet.
I think that mentality translates into everything you do in life.
Yeah.
Anything that you do, you should try to be the very best at doing it. Making a cup of coffee. How can I do that better?
Yeah.
That's a very hard mindset to acquire though, dude. Because it's so easy just to fucking be okay, right?
Yeah.
Just to be average.
Yeah.
And I've never subscribed to that mentality. But I personally feel that no matter what you do in your life, like doing this podcast, for example, this is a skill that I'm learning, right? Yeah. And I want to be the very best at it. But everything you do, I believe that you should do everything with the intention of being fucking great at it.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what happened when because I had that mentality, and any job that I've ever had, I have legit tried my hardest. And like, if I see other workers that are kind of down in the dumps, I'm like, come on, let's go. Like I'm not trying to say do better, like pick it up. Like, I'll crack jokes, I'll make them laugh, I'll make them like motivated to work through joy and humor, and basically like what I do now as a platform. But when I was in my office at the precast company, and I just get told like, oh, Dylan, you're a great worker, I wish there was more people like you. Every boss I've ever had has told me that. And I'm like, why am I doing that for other people instead of myself? So I want to make videos. I wanted to do it since high school. I just never had the confidence to do it.
Really?
Yeah. I'm 27 years old now. I'm going to do this. And I just, like, I had a bunch of other people trying to convince me to do it as well. And I was like, okay, we're doing it. Screw it. So then not great, but I would make videos while I was on the computer batching the concrete. So like I would like do that, and I'd be making the videos as the concrete's like going down the chute, and like they're pouring the concrete, and I'm making my video for the day there, because at the time I didn't have time to make videos because I was working.
Right.
So there was a time for a year where I was working at the precast place where I would be up at 7, I'd start working at 8 o'clock, and then I would work through, finish at 4. I'd go home, and then I'd eat, I'd train, and then I would keep making videos, and I'd end up going to bed at like 1 in the morning, which you can't function after a while. It starts to catch up with you.
For sure it does.
I looked like I aged like 5 years within that 1 year, but you kind of have to sometimes put in that extra work.
Gotta put the sacrifice in, dude.
Yeah.
Because that's the difference between someone who wants something and someone who fucking achieves it.
Yeah.
Everybody wants shit,
Yeah.
right? But they don't want to pay the price.
Exactly. And it doesn't upset me, because I get it. People don't understand. But when they say like, oh, you're so lucky that you're in this position, I'm like, brother, I couldn't comprehend to even explain or like tell you, like I can't physically explain it to you what it was like to have a full-time job, be in a relationship, have a kid involved, and have to go through all of that while still trying to do your dreams. Like, there's no chance you would have got burnt out 100%.
Sure.
And I said, I know you would have got burnt out because you just said I was lucky, because that means you don't understand what it takes.
But it's easy to say that you're lucky.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're successful because it's luck, then that's okay. I'm just not lucky.
Yeah.
I'm not successful because this motherfucker was lucky about it. People are very quick to justify another person's success. Right?
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody wants to view, but nobody wants to climb.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I got that even to this day. People, well, Bruce is successful because his parents gave him money. My parents didn't give me shit, right? I fucking had to struggle. I fucking had just gotten divorced. I was living in my sister's basement, and I fucking started from absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Right? So again, that's just people's mentality.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, again, like Post Malone, same thing. His song, like he woke up one day and his song was just exploded on SoundCloud, and then he's where he's at now. And people are like, man, if I just uploaded SoundCloud, I'd be so lucky. But you don't see the 10 years he had before that, experimenting with music, trying to make it, trying to like putting a decade of work into it. You just saw the one song that blew up and assumed that was his debut song. Like, no, it wasn't. Like, yeah.
And we're going to get into this a little later, but this is where I think being an influencer has made it a problem for people. So my boxing coach, Ryan Grant, trains fucking champions, a solid dude. I love the man, right?
Yeah.
And he has kids going into him wanting to be a boxer, not focusing on skill, but focusing on taking videos while they're training, right? And so Ryan would be like, what the fuck you doing, right? You got to learn the skills. Like, I'm just going to be like a Jake Paul, right? I'm going to be this huge influencer and just not worry about anything else. And I think that fucking dude, everybody's an influencer now.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone has they're either like a foodie going around trying all these foods. So there's the fucking thousands of those. Then there's the OnlyFans fucking clique. And then there's all these cooking shows where people are trying out recipes. And a little pet peeve of mine is everybody, when they're doing their cooking show, they try their shit, and at the end it's like, oh God, fuck off, man. I, for one person, just tried and say, that was fucking horrible. Like, it's just,
literally.
We've just become so enamored with social media, and everybody wants to be a fucking influencer. And that's what I dig about your shit. Your shit is so off the beaten path, right? Like it's just weird. It's not normal. Like you do your cut and paste of your figures, and it's fucking cool. And listen, your humor is not normal, okay?
Yeah, I know.
There's some fucked up shit going on in there.
Is, yeah.
But that's what I dig about it, because you know the bravery it takes for you to do something that would be very easily admonished or put down by other people, right? So you were brave enough to do your thing and put it out there, despite perhaps thinking that maybe this is not the norm, maybe this isn't what will be widely accepted. I fucking dig.
I think for me though, I don't think it's bravery, because there's no bravery without fear, and I never gave a shit what people thought.
It's amazing.
So to me, I was gonna do something that I wanted to do because I knew that that's the only way it would be authentic. If it was something that I was trying to do to please other people, then it wouldn't have worked this much, right? Like there's been times where people have, they straight up tried to cancel me. They're like, when they go like, oh, you beat women. Like, listen. No, I threw the 45-pound dumbbell at her head. I didn't hit her. The dumbbell did. Like, come on now. If you don't play into it, there's nothing they can do. And that's the best.
But that's a point you made earlier, right? Like people are just so eager to just try and fuck up somebody else's ride.
Yeah.
Like really, what does this bitch fucking gain by saying you beat up women? Like honestly.
Yeah. But they get torn apart in the comments anyway.
That's good. I like that.
I'm so lucky, and I love my audience so much, because there's one person that'll comment something, be like, this guy's and they'll just get torn apart. I don't even have to say anything.
Amazing.
I just sit there and laugh, and I'm like, and that's the beauty of it. And there was an issue with Joey Swole where people were trying to cancel him for doing certain things, and I made a video defending Joey because I know Joey very well, and I know that anything that he had did never would have been out of malicious intent. And I said, if you look at for someone, if you're going to cancel them, you can't just look at their action, because you don't know that person. You have to look at their intent. And if you don't know the person, you're never going to know that. So shut your mouth, right? And people in the comments were like, to be fair, I think this is the only guy that we can't cancel. So like, it is what it is. And then someone's like, you're going to get canceled now too. And then all the comments were like, it's just not going to happen.
The whole cancel culture to me is just insanity.
Yeah, because I made the video of Joey, and then a day later, I just went back to my regular stuff like nothing happened. And that's what you have to do. And I think and again, I love Joey. His biggest mistake was apologizing.
Yes.
And that's that, and he knows that too. That's not something that he was like, shit, dude. Like, I FaceTimed him a bunch of times after to talk with him about it, and he was struggling really hard with it, and he didn't know how to process it, which I get, like if you're sitting there and you've never gone through this before, it's scary. It probably is scary, right? So and he even admitted, he's like, yeah, I shouldn't have apologized.
No,
I'm
man,
like, no,
you shouldn't apologize.
Yeah.
Look at this Sydney Sweeney shit that's happening with her in the jeans ad in American Eagle. And people were just losing their fucking minds. And American Eagle didn't apologize for shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't believe in apologizing.
Do you see what just happened with Cracker Barrel?
Yes.
They went back to the old logo. I'm like,
yeah.
And then
did you see the fucking bitch that actually made the decision to change it?
No,
if that
I
chick
didn't.
doesn't have a box full of vibrators and cats at home, I don't know, man.
I mean, I did laugh though, because I saw the top comment when it was like Cracker Barrel being like, we're going back to our logo. We listen to the people. Top comment, well, that was a very expensive experience, wasn't it?
You would think they would learn from Budweiser, right?
Yeah, with the Bud Light thing.
And
that
then
was
the
crazy.
Aunt Jemima syrup and the fucking Uncle Ben's rice.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. It's as sad as it is, the world needs people like that, because if you have people like yourself, very successful, very driven, imagine if the entire world had a mindset like you. The wars that would happen, like I mean, not saying like, and I don't mean in a sense of it's the same person, you all get along, you're all in unison with each other. No, I meant just people with the same mentality, because people I say, in my opinion, they'll say, you don't know who a person is until they're at their lowest. I don't think that's true. I think you don't know who a person is until they have absolute power. Then you really see who a person is.
I think both are true.
Yes, but I think the power one probably has more impact, because now they're in a position where they can affect other people.
That's fair. Yep.
Where I think if you're at your lowest, it's just you versus the world,
and
right?
You're desperate.
Yeah, but if you have power and you have time to calculate your decisions, I think that the decisions you make when you have other people to consider weighs a lot more than when it's just you versus the world.
That's fair.
Rock bottom.
That's fair.
So if you have a whole bunch of people with your mentality, and you give them all the same amount of power that you do,
I'm going to war.
Shit show. Yeah. So So I think people who try to be like, "Nyeh, nyeh," like little whiny people, you need them, because those are the people that will find something. They're followers. You need followers and you need leaders.
That's a very brave statement to make too, because in today's day and age, people don't want to hear the fact that there are fucking winners and there's fucking losers.
It's true.
But here's what I don't understand. Anytime a loser makes the decision to be better, they can. I believe that everybody has the capability is to be more than they are. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't understand why someone would just be satisfied with being satisfied. Right?
Yeah, that to me, I think, I don't know, because I'm not other people, right? But there has to be something in everybody that they want to do something. They just
agree.
they just lack the ability or the courage to do it.
Okay, so why is that though? Because I agree 100% with what you said. I believe, like we said, everybody wants to view, nobody wants to do the climb.
Yeah.
Right? So if we could agree that everybody wants to have something more in their life, what do you think is lacking that they don't achieve it?
See, that to me, I can't answer, because I had every excuse in the book
To give up.
100%. Like literal rock bottom multiple times. Had no father figure in my life to show me, like, my mom did her best, but she also had to work full time. So I'm in like daycares. I mean, my grandmother helped raise me, but like, I love my grandmother to bits. I want to buy her a house and whatever, but I never had anyone that I could look up to and be like, that is a strong person. My mother was very strong, yes, but as a guy, I struggle. Like, I wanted another guy to relate to, right? So I just had to find it on my own. Like, I forced myself to, and I allowed myself to go through rock bottom, and I allowed myself to take a step back and reevaluate the people I'm allowing in my life, right? That was another big decision, is I'm like, shit, it's not that a lot of people that I grew up with, I'm like, it's not that I don't love you. You know what I mean? I'm moving in a different direction than you, and I can't bring you with me because you're not willing to, but I also can't stay with you because I'm not willing to. I wish you all the best, but like, I can't, right? So I had to, it was a very small process of like chipping away at certain things before I was able to find my confidence in myself, right? It didn't just happen overnight.
It rarely does.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people aren't willing to make that first step. I know so many people that are scared. Like, I'll say something to somebody in public if they're upsetting me. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, fuck you!" Like, I don't yell. Like, I hate yelling. It upsets me. I'll literally just be like, "Hey, you're upsetting me right now," and then I'll have a conversation with people like, "This is why," and whatever. And then people say to me like, "Oh, I could never do that." I'm like, "Why?" They were upsetting me. Like, I'm not just gonna sit there and allow. But then I think back to it.
I handle that differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time I ever lost it was when I had my cart. I was in Walmart and I put the cart. I was probably like 3 feet away from this guy's truck, right? And then he goes, hey, can you put your cart any fucking closer to my truck? And I don't know why. I just turned and I looked and I slammed my cart into his truck and went, "Oh, looks like I fucking can. What are you going to do about it?" And then he's like, "Oh, fuck you." And it's just some old dude as well. And I was like, oh, after he just got in his truck and drove off and whatever. And
yeah, that would be more the way I would handle
yeah,
things.
Yeah. Afterward, I thought about it on the way. I was like, oh, I did not need to do that.
No, but you
whatever.
did.
It felt good.
It does. Right? That's the self
I
gratitude.
normally go the route of, okay, it's just the way my brain is. There's a saying that I love when I'm in a confrontation because it de-escalates it 100%.
To you or to the person?
To everybody around. Everyone's like, what the fuck? So I was in a Fortino's parking lot. This is the last time I used it. I pulled into a spot. Some guy came up behind me and said, hey, you took my fucking spot. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't see you. He goes, were you gonna apologize? I went, no. Like, I didn't see you. Like, I didn't do something on purpose. You could be gaslighting me. You could just be thinking this, I don't know you. I'm not going to apologize for this. And he goes, you want me to get out of this fucking truck and do something about it? And I walked over to him and I was like, if you do this, like, dead face, right? No emotion, just go, listen, man, I'll kill us both. Like, and just like dead. He's like, what? I'm like, I will kill you and then I will kill myself in front of all these people. And they're like, you're a fucking psychopath. And they just leave. Like, it just, people don't want it. Like, when you are like verbally say that you are willing to kill yourself after killing the person. Like,
I use the first line a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I typically say, I'm going to follow you home and kill you in your sleep.
Yeah.
But the second line, that's fucking crossing lines.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, dude, this guy is this guy's a psychopath, which I would never, but I've always said that on record. I would never under any circumstances do that to myself. So it was the government if I end up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I trash the liberals a lot, so I guess I should say that too.
Yeah.
I would never end myself.
But yeah, that "I'll kill us both" line,
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, people never. I've never said it in a situation, and people just didn't get that initial like, "What the?" fuck?
Yeah. This guy's messed.
Yeah. Especially calm. Like if you're saying it tweaking, that's people are like, "Look at this fucking idiot." There's a kid in London where I was working. I pulled like London, England. I pulled money out of a cash thing. And I turned around and goes, "Oh, give me all your fucking money, bruv." And his hand's doing this with the knife. And I looked down and I looked up and I was like, man, I couldn't see his face. He's wearing one of those balaclava things. I'm like, dude, you're either like 16 years old or you've never done this before. Get the hell out of my face before I kill you. And he's like, fuck it. And he just ran off. Like, yeah, you can tell when people when people are doing this, I don't.
Unless it's an adrenaline dump.
True. But I feel like that kid, like, yeah, just seeing that, I'm like, oh no, there's that.
I dig the English accent though.
Yeah.
You know, just bruv and that whole shit. I love it.
Yeah, it pisses me off because the Toronto accent is just a fake bootleg copy, and it's not even real. It's not real.
Man.
It's
some
not
fucking
real.
peasants decide to come up with some slang to sound fucking cool.
Yeah, no,
Fuck you.
I hate it, and a lot of it is direct copy from like British slang, especially in London area. Like all over England, you have different accents, different slang words, and especially more like north and south, there's a big difference. But yeah, no, I love British humor too. That's where I got a lot of my stuff that like people say like, who is your inspiration for comedy? John Cleese is my favorite, my favorite comedian of all time. Like even Monty Python. Yeah. Right. Mel Brooks. I absolutely love Mel Brooks.
You remember, this is probably before your time because I'm fucking much older than you. Benny Hill.
Benny Hill, yep. Yeah, I know Benny Hill. Yeah, his talk show and everything too.
Yeah.
Did you see the one? Yeah, he's the one that did the Benny Hill show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Like, I'm very up to date on like British humor with like history of it and everything too. So that I think British humor, in my opinion, is just tickles my itch. Like it just scratches my itch. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it's. Yeah, a lot of humor nowadays. I think people are trying to get too dark with it, or because they're trying to. There was a. I don't even know when it would have been. I think like 2010. Like Kevin Hart was doing a lot of stand up stuff, and I loved Kevin Hart's stand up. I think after that, it kind of went. It started to go a little more downhill because it got to a point where people. They wanted to say stuff, but then they were too scared to get canceled.
For
and
sure.
I think that's what ruins a lot of comedy
up a lot. Yeah. It's only now where people are starting to like become a little brave, but no one uses the N-word anymore.
Yeah. No, I definitely
can't say retard.
Yeah, no, I say retard all the time.
Yeah, me too.
I literally
that's how you knew Facebook was easing up on its rules.
Yeah.
Because I would try and call someone a retard in the comment section. And this, undo, this comment is, blah. Now I just routinely call everyone a fucking retard.
Well, I think, Zuckerberg came out and said, like, because he was apologizing because he admitted that they were censoring certain things during COVID.
Yes.
As per the government, like, whatever administration was in at the time. I don't know if it was Trump or Biden.
It was Biden.
Yeah, but I know that they were told to censor stuff, and they did. So Zuckerberg came out and said he's going to kind of pull back on that a little bit.
Yes.
But a lot of that is their AI technology. Like if I get a video taken down, it's because their AI technology detected something.
Oh, okay.
It's not a human, or there's people can mass report it and then it gets taken down, but then you can send it off and then a human will look at it apparently. But I've sent a video off for a review and it's come back in 2 minutes. I'm like, there's not a shot.
100. Yes, that happened to me too. One of my pieces of artwork I put up and it got pulled down like 30 days after and saying it was solicitation of sexual content or sexual whatever the fuck. And I'm like, this is bullshit, right? So I sent it back and literally in 30 seconds it came back. So when they pulled it down, I got a 7-day ban. And then when I asked it to be reviewed, they reviewed it again, still found it unworthy, and then I got a 30-day ban on the same shit.
Yeah. That's
so
crazy.
Yeah. So I didn't think you would actually get stuff removed. Your stuff is innocuous.
A lot of it can't. The only time that it'll get removed is if I use a clip. Like the last one that I ever got removed was a video of two rhinos fighting. but it's because that was a real clip of two rhinos fighting.
Okay.
And then I came in and then did my video. But the good thing about Instagram is if you go onto the computer, it'll tell you the exact moment that the video was flagged.
Really?
So, and it showed it right at the very first second it was flagged. So I know that it wasn't my content because mine's hard to detect because it doesn't move like regular videos.
Yes.
Right? Like I can behead somebody in mine and it won't say violent. Obviously if I was to do that in real life, that's insane. But it's so yeah, that's the only time I get videos taken down. It doesn't detect it. There's sometimes.
But what was the problem, that you didn't own the copyright to the two rhinos fighting?
No, there's animal violence. Yeah.
Are you fucking?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
the fuck is that happen?
Yeah,
You see on social media animals beating the shit out of each
There's
other.
literally there's dark nature pages. You can literally go and like watch a snake rip something in half and then devour it, right? So I was a little cheesed at that, but it is what it is. I have only ever had one video taken down for copyright, and I tried to fight it because at the time I took the video from a guy. It was a private account. I had messaged him and asked if I can stitch the video. He said yes. So I was like, okay, perfect. And then like 3 months later, the video got taken down for copyright. And then I looked, and Instagram will tell you what company or person, whatever, claimed the copyright. And it was a company who had bought the video off of the guy. And I'm like, but I made that deal with him before they had made the purchase of that. Therefore, I should not have to. I was like, if you need to take the video down because they now own that clip, that's fine. But I shouldn't have to have a strike because it was not at the time of the video is not, and I had no way of knowing he was going to sell it.
Yeah.
And I sent the screenshots to Instagram of the conversation with the guy. I sent the dates circled with when they were posted. And they were like, no, we still can't do anything about it. You're going to have to talk directly to the company. And I'm like, I'm not speaking to them because they reported my video.
Yes, they're not going to.
And they knew that it was posted before they made that deal. So they were just being cunts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't even want to deal with them.
You said the C word.
Yeah, it's the British thing, man.
Forgetting. That's such an underused word, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, it's so good.
But like, I only use it in situations where someone is
I use it all the
actually
time. I sprinkle that shit like fucking parsley.
Yeah.
That's such a good word. Underused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very Shakespearean, isn't it?
It is. You cunt.
Yeah.
This show's never fucking airing. How did you get into this sort of style of your videos?
So I ended up, originally I was just doing comedy sketches. I did one where I like took this baby doll and I like dragged in some rocks, right? And then I threw the baby, and then I had my dog sitting at the end of the...
What kind of dog do you have?
Not my dog anymore. It belonged to my ex-girlfriend, but she was a Rottweiler, Collie, American Eskimo.
That's very similar to the dog I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It looks like a Rottie, right?
Yeah.
I'll show you the picture of Raven.
I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you a picture of Dakota. Yeah, that's so funny. So then, Dakota's sitting at the end of it, and I'll like put my fist out, and then like I taught her how to fist bump.
Nice.
So I dragged this baby, whipped into a wall, and it was a fake baby. And then props the dog at the end, and that went crazy viral. I ended up just making comedy sketches like that. And then one day there was a TikTok guy named Joe Bartolozzi, and he made a video that said, what's the biggest animal you think you could fight with your bare hands and win? And I went, well, a grizzly bear. And I was originally just going to explain how I would do it. And I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if I could like animate it? Right? So I already did this stuff at work. Like I made the videos I make now. If you go back to like when I first started making them 3 years ago, they're so much more choppy. They're just not like high quality, which was still funny.
But I still did, like, because even now your videos are somewhat choppy.
Yeah,
and that has a certain stylistic.
Yeah.
Like it's cool to me.
Yeah. When I originally did it, it was too choppy because now like the frames are 0.1 seconds. Whereas before, I didn't know how to do that, so it was 0.5 seconds.
Yes.
And that's a big difference.
It is.
And I didn't know how to, like, drag and move, like, have, like, solid movement, so it was all, like...
Oh, yeah.
So I did it where I, like, climbed a tree and then RKO'd the grizzly bear onto a bed of spikes or something, like, just nonsense.
Yeah.
And it went really viral, so I'm like, okay, I'll just... do it with a shark now. And then I did one where I like dropped a sub pump into the ocean and pumped all of the water out and just punched the shark while it was helpless. And I'm like, it's that easy. Like, and people were loving it. And I used to do those videos like twice a week. And I would just, because they were a lot to make, because I was still new at making them. I only made a couple of joke videos. That's the only reason why I knew how to do that style with my coworkers at work. So, and like I'd put it in the group work, like the group chat at work, just to make fun of people if they were like late to work or something that day. So I eventually was like, shit, people are really digging these, and I've not seen anything else like it on the internet. So I'm like, I guess this is my niche now. So and that's why I tell people too, if you want to start posting content, just start posting, man. Like if you really want to, if you don't know, I mean, look at, that's what I tell people all the time. What do you want to do after university? I don't know, but they're in like environmental science. You know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, like people don't know what they want to do, but you kind of have to go through life to figure out what you want to do sometimes. So I said, if you want to do videos, my best advice to you is start posting. And if you put a year into it and you're anywhere different financially than when you started, now it's a hobby. Because you can't.
Fair.
There is a time. I know people say never give up. Maybe not necessarily give up, but reevaluate it.
100. Yeah, I think you have to do that all the time in everything that you do.
Yeah.
Do you find people copying your shit?
Yeah. There's a guy in France that does it, and I can't stand the dude. Like he tags me in every video, fair play, but like he just does everything that I do, and it is a bit annoying because to me that's like something that I created that nobody else did.
Flattery, when they say flattery is the sincerest form of whatever the fuck it is, fuck you.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, no, that's just unoriginality. You saw something that worked and thought that you could get in on it.
It happens in my industry a lot.
Yeah.
Right? People, copy the look of Diesel, or people copy our style of doing videos. You uncreative motherfuckers. I hate when people do that.
100%. Yeah, there's a guy in Spain that did it. I threatened to fly to Spain and beat the shit out of him too, because
I dig that.
He wasn't tagging me in any of it, and I was gonna contact Misfits Boxing and actually challenge him to a boxing match. And then he said, like, careful, bro. I used to be an amateur boxer. I was like, dude, everybody was an amateur boxer, man. Like people just do that, right? I'm like, no, it would be MMA, brother. Like, yeah.
So just to quickly squirrel for a second, you've trained in martial arts.
Not like mostly boxing.
Yeah.
I've recently started doing more of the Muay Thai stuff because I find so much joy in just using it's like the 8 limbs, the fighting of 8 limbs, right?
Yep.
And jiu-jitsu is really cool too.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
I do Thai and jits and wrestling.
Yeah. And wrestling's something that I want to try.
It definitely adds to it. I mean, jits is great when you're on the ground, and there are, techniques that they do to take you to the ground, but wrestling and judo, it's, to quote Martin, he's like, it's hitting the person with the earth. Yeah.
I'd say, like, and this is after talking to a lot of my MMA friends and everything like that, if I could pick just 2, I would say Muay Thai and wrestling.
I would agree with that.
I'd say, like, because, like, at the end of the day, like, jiu-jitsu's great, but and I just think that you can do more with wrestling and Muay Thai than you can with jiu-jitsu, right? Or, like, striking in jiu-jitsu is cool, like Muay Thai jiu-jitsu, but then like defending takedowns, and I just think, like, if you can do Muay Thai and you can do wrestling, you can probably beat up 99.99999% of the population.
I think with just one of those arts.
100%.
Most people have an overinflated idea as to how well they can fight.
That's my favorite thing, is like people that literally say, like, oh yeah, I've been in a few street fights. It's like, brother, listen, okay, I've trained boxing now for 8 years.
Nice.
You know what I mean? But like, and I don't think I can box. You know what I mean? Like there's real, like, actual fighting, and then there's like what you think you can do, right? If I'm training every day for 8 years, I should hope that, because people will be like, well, I reckon I could take you. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, if I'm training for 8 years every day and I can't fight you, I'll kill myself, because there's no point in me even training. All those 8 years was a waste of time.
Sure, but here's the problem. So I did stand up for many, many years, right? And then when I went into jits,
oh yeah, it's humbling.
Fuck, dude.
Dude, it's so humbling.
You're standing here, you're throwing your jab out, and then they fucking shoot underneath you, they grab you, they take you to the ground, and they fuck you up.
My biggest fear is being submitted by a banana split. I think that would be my big...
That's a bitch of a move,
that
dude.
That would be the most humiliating and humbling experience you could ever have.
Yeah,
and I've seen, what was his name? Zabit? I can't remember. He's retired now. He was like one of the biggest what ifs in MMA.
Okay.
I think he does have a banana split in the UFC. I think he's got a banana split submission. And just seeing the guys, your dicks out.
Oh yeah, man.
And you're just,
I'm like, just rip my groin. Go ahead, buddy.
That's my biggest fear, is getting submitted by that. Yeah, screw that. But no, I definitely agree. Like, for the average person, I always think like no matter what, you should train something in martial arts 100%, because you then realize too, like me as a grown ass man, and all of a sudden I'm getting pretzeled and having to tap out to a 16-year-old that's been doing it for like 3 years, and you're like, oh no, like it's a big wake up call.
Sure, humbling, dude.
Yeah.
The very fact that you're not dead is because she decided not to take your life. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time, man, like you don't give people credit. Like I have one of my friends, she's like a little sister to me. I was like, I want to try this because I saw my one friend who's also a PFL fighter, Alexei Pergande. Kid's an absolute killer. He's undefeated. I think he's only like 24 years old, 24, 26 in that age. And he did a challenge where he's like, can my untrained girlfriend choke me out? Like if it's fully locked in, like leg locks, everything, a rear naked choke.
Yep.
Can she choke me out? I'm a trained fighter. She's never done it before. And he did the video, and he could not physically like get her hand, like she could have killed him being untrained, like just because that was locked in. So I tried it with my friend Remy, and the exact same thing. I was like, oh fuck. And she's like 120 pounds, not even. If
it's in there and you're not able to pull her grips apart, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got seconds.
Yeah, and I told her too, I was like, you gotta like stretch me back too, so I can't like, and push my head down with this hand. I taught her how to do it really, really well. And I was tapping, my throat hurt for the next day too. I was like, damn, because that's what a lot of people don't understand too. They're like, I can hold my breath for a minute. I was like, brother, it's the blood. It's not the, not the oxygen. There are
air chokes and there are blood chokes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, you will go to sleep very quickly. Like I don't care how long you can hold your breath for, man.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah. My favorite was Sean O'Malley when he was talking to Vic Blend, the guy that does the haircuts.
Yes.
And Vic said,
I like Sean.
Yeah, I like Sean too. Vic said, how long do you think I could last? And Sean's like, 10 seconds in a cage. And Vic's like, no, you got to give me more credit. Like 30 seconds? Sean's like, nah, not in the cage. 10 seconds. And Vic's like, I got that dog in me. He goes, you don't have oxygen in you, brother. It doesn't matter what you got in you. And they did. They stood up, and Sean got him in like 5 seconds. Put him in a guillotine. Because like Vic shot a takedown, and Sean just instantly guillotined him.
Yeah, that's the problem with shots.
Which is the biggest thing. Like if you're going to shoot, you have to tuck your chin. And like people who don't know how to fight, they're coming in like this. And you're like, okay.
Yep, that's it. I'm going to fucking put you in my guard. I'm going to jump a guillotine. Yep, that's exactly right.
You guys, I don't know. I don't know if Mel said that you guys still have Frederick Dupois out of H2O MMA in Montreal.
We still? No.
Okay. He was with you guys, I do believe, because I've seen him with like the Perfect Sports rash guard. I think he was on your athlete page or whatever too. But I think he's like 8 wins or 9 wins. I think only like 1 or 2 losses, but every single one of his wins is a guillotine.
Really?
Yeah, and he just went.
That's strange.
I know. And
you shouldn't be getting caught with that.
No, and he like it's crazy what he does. He almost beat Gabriel Braga. I put money on Frederick to win against Gabriel Braga because Frederick came in. Nobody knew who he was in the PFL because it was his first ever fight. He's going against Gabriel Braga, who was a former tournament finalist, like in the PFL, the way they do theirs.
Yeah.
So
it's different.
Yeah, so he was heavy favorites to win, and he somehow got out of the guillotine, but Frederick was that close to getting him with the guillotine, and then Frederick fought again against Nathan Kelly, and they were fighting whatever, and Frederick jumped the guillotine and got Nathan with it. And the funny thing part was with that fight, the funny thing is the referee, I was like, no. I was like, that ref should be fired. So the referee moved to the side where Nathan's hands were under, like she couldn't see Nathan's hands when Frederick had jumped the ghillie. Nathan was still standing, but she had moved away from his hands, and he's tapping on this side, and she couldn't see the like.
He did a standing guillotine?
Yeah, I'll show you after it. It's really cool. So, and then Nathan just goes on the ground, right? And then the ref comes over, and like Nathan tapped a while ago, and Frederick's still like squeezing, right? Because you got to until the like that's your job. You wait until the ref stops it. Ref goes over, checks Nathan, he's like, and she's like, oh shit, like, and then it's done, and then Frederick got it. Yeah, Nathan was out for a while, but Frederick's cool, man. But that guillotine it's really easy to hit on someone that doesn't know what they're doing.
I love putting that shit on.
Yeah,
especially against strikers, right? Because what I'll do is I'll pop them in the head, and then I'll do a plum on their neck. I'll bring them down. I'll knee them in the stomach, so they're bent over.
Yeah,
and then in.
Yeah, it's cool. My favorite's the Darce. I absolutely
Darce
love
is
the
hard,
Darce choke.
man.
Well, like the way that
But you got long fucking limbs.
yeah, so if someone's shooting a takedown, I'll you know how you classic block, right? Like you push them down, you
Yep.
slide your legs behind you, and now
Yeah,
you're laying
yeah.
on top of them.
You're-
Yeah, you literally just from there, and then you get side, like you lock your hands, their arms there, their heads there, and then you shuffle to the side, and then you use your body with your hands to tilt them. And then you can you can jump to the side, and then after you have it locked in. But
If I sprawl on somebody, I'm gonna go like I'll turn around and I'll go to their back.
yeah, but like that's why I mean, like I normally when they do this, like when we do the sprawl, I'll try and slide my hand and get at least this part
Yes.
of the start of the Darce.
Yeah.
If they wiggle out of it, whatever, I'm still like it's still fun. But if I can lock that in and then quickly move to the side and then roll, that's
So do you start off in north-south position, then what, you go to side?
yeah, but once your hands are locked in, then you go to side.
yeah.
And then if you can push them onto their side, that's when you slide and then get here, and then you jump and then hook the leg, and then now
Yes.
they're in the Darce, right? So that's how I like to do that off of the takedown. You have to be very
So
quick.
you have some jits background.
Very, very small. Like, and it's only like a recent thing that I started doing because I'm like, the jujitsu and the wrestling is the only thing I just don't have a clue what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least with the Muay Thai and the boxing and the kickboxing, like I have a decent amount of knowledge that I'm comfortable enough that I don't need to be coached anymore. But yeah, like jujitsu, and if I was to enter a jujitsu tournament, I would not win. I wouldn't even win the first one. Right? It's especially gi. Because like pulling, like
gi.
it's a lot different, right?
Because
Like
I used to
pulling-
do gi, right? When I would study back in the day, I was doing a lot of non-gi shit. And so Cavallo's where I train now. When I started getting into, because when I went there, I'm like, nah, I'm not interested in fucking gi. And they're like, okay. And then the rumor was, he's coming around. Man, putting chokes in with the gi and it changes everything. Grips and spider guard. And oh man, when you add the gi, it makes it so much more complex. I would say it's like, it would be like chess compared to checkers.
Yeah, which I 100% believe. I've never
But
done it.
non-gi is much more dynamic and fast.
Yeah.
There's a lot of athleticism in it, so it makes it.
And then like the sweat's involved there too.
Oh, for
with,
sure,
like,
man.
Slipping into stuff.
Yeah,
like,
you slide
can't-
on shit all the time.
Yeah, so I've never done gi at
Yeah.
all, but I don't think
It's
that's
fun.
I don't think that's a world I want to open up just yet.
Start slow, like
Yeah.
because all the grips make everything so much different. Gripping the hem of the pants, gripping the arm, the chokes. There's so much more you could do with the gi than you can with non-gi.
Yeah, I have a friend named Tom Pestalk. He was with WWE for a while.
Oh, yeah?
He wrestled under Baron Corbin was his name. He was in WWE for like 10 years. I just watched him at a wrestling show on one of the reses. He does jiu-jitsu tournaments and he's really good at it too. And he's like, I'm 6'3". I swear that dude is like 5 inches on me. So, and he's a big dude, right? And yeah, so I literally sat there and like, what? I don't know what the difference is for like weight classes in jiu-jitsu tournaments.
There is differences, obviously.
Yeah, there would have to be, but I'm like,
age
and
belts.
So I think he's 41, and
I'm not sure if
he's
that's
probably
masters at 40.
he's probably at like 290, 6, and he's dense too, man.
Listen, anyone who says that, strength doesn't make a difference is full of shit.
Yeah, unless if you're Demetrius Johnson.
Yes, but we're talking the elites.
Yeah.
But strength and, size, because, let's say you have a big neck. That's going to change what you can do to somebody.
Yeah, 100%.
Done to you.
Yeah, like I fully believe, not a pro, but an amateur, I think I could definitely take a featherweight. If it was amateur MMA, I'd like with the height and the size difference. Yeah, for sure.
Well, you're 6'2", right? So your teeps are going to keep somebody away.
Yeah, literally.
Your leg, yeah, for sure. Love that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Those
leg kicks.
Yeah, my favorite, like the spinning back heel. Or like the question, I love the question mark kick. I have a couple of friends who like sent me videos on how to do it. Like I got a guy, he's a PFL fighter in Europe. His name's Ben Willis. He is so cool. He's got the nastiest question mark kick I've ever seen. And I sent him.
It is deceiving.
Yeah, and I sent him a video, and I'm like, dude, show me how to do that. Like I gotta figure, because like I like the way he does it is he like brings his like way in, so it creates a huge whip, and it. Like, and just the sound of it when it hits the bag is like
Nice.
it's the most ridiculous question mark kick I've seen. Alexei Pregande is another one that can throw a nasty question mark. So I like Ben sent me a couple of videos of like him doing the breakdown through the tutorial, but it's so hard because he does it in steps, but you can't because it doesn't generate the whip. Like you have to look at it kind of like one of my videos where it's like that, and you have to just piece it together and just keep tweaking it, keep figuring it out. Like I practice it so much, like I'm getting dizzy. Like that's how much, because if you miss, you spin, you know, like it's, So it was actually, I threw the question mark kick in one of the videos I did for you guys. It was when I had all those MMA fighters coming at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I did the question mark kick and someone was like, yo, what was with that question mark? And I started laughing. Like when I'm throwing the cut, I threw like a huge overhand right in that video too. And then I'll like, if you look at a lot of the comments, like, wait. Bro actually might know something here. Like, what the fuck? Like why are those good combos? Like I don't advertise that I train to people, because like for me it's for me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I want to do a few amateur fights next year.
Nice.
And
MMA or boxing?
MMA.
Nice.
Yeah, because I've already made the walk to the boxing ring.
Yes.
I think that now, I think every man should do the cage once, in my opinion, because there's so many people out there with inflated egos, and like being in a cage one-on-one with another dude that is essentially trying to render you unconscious. You don't worry about anything else. Like you're just worried about like, oh shit. And like the build up to the fight, like the nervousness.
Anxiety, for sure.
Yeah, like once you know your opponent, now you're researching them. Like it's such a like nothing else matters. But the problem is it becomes addicting too. Like I've not boxed in ring, and I only did it for a tiny little bit. I only did in ring for like a year or two. Like it wasn't even that much. Right. And like I barely sparred when I did that, but like there's still like an itch to get back to like want to do it. And it's now for me, like to do the MMA, like I have so many friends in it. It's just the itch is unbearable. I'm like, if I don't do it, I'm going to be pissed at myself. So I'm the type of person where I would much rather do something and fail than say I could have done that.
Again, so that's a difference in your mentality, because most people don't want to fear, they fear failure.
Yeah.
Right? That's why a lot of people don't start anything.
Yeah.
But you're never going to be good at anything until you get over what I call the suck. Right? You start anything and there's going to be that time invested where you're going to be absolute dog shit at it.
Yeah.
Right? And most people don't have the mentality or the drive to get through that to being great at something.
Yeah. I think in my opinion, bodybuilding is one of the hardest ones, if not the hardest, when it comes to that, because you have this time period where you do not see results and you're putting in so much effort. If you diet flawlessly and you train flawlessly and your sleep schedule is flawless, you'll get there. But even if you do all those things, there's still like weeks of seeing nothing. You know what I mean? And that to me is such a mental battle, because if you can see results right away, humans are naturally impatient. They want it now. I want this now. So if you're doing something...
I'm the poster boy for impatience, dude.
So if you're doing something where you're transforming your physical appearance and you're not seeing anything, but you see how much effort you're putting in, it kills. That's why so many people, New Year's resolution, the gym members that do that. I'm not trying to put down people that want to make themselves better. Like if you want to go and that's your New Year's resolution, do it. But that's why so many of them drop off, is because they don't see the result that quick. And they're like, oh, well, it's not really worth it then. Like, no, it is, but it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yes.
I'm not going to, like, my physique and what I have now is nowhere near what I want. But I also understand that it's probably going to take me another 5-6 years of flawless dieting and sleeping and eating and like training right.
Okay, but let me ask you something. The way you look today, is it better than the way you looked a year ago?
A trillion times.
Then what's the fucking, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
The point is that, like, you know, I started studying Spanish, right?
Yeah.
And so in the beginning, I was very, nervous about speaking to people because it was very broken. And even now, I've got an A2 level of Spanish, but you have to get over that point of that nervousness, of that fear of looking foolish in front of other people, right? Because if you're scared about what other people think, if you're always worried about how other people are going to judge you for what you're doing, you're never going to be better at anything.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what I go back to, is like with the content stuff. That's why I never thought it was brave, because I wasn't scared of doing it. But like the MMA thing, anybody that says they're not scared a little bit is lying to your face.
You know what's fucking amazing, dude? A year or so ago, we had some dinner with some UFC fighters. And I heard them say that on the walk to the ring, they're nervous as shit.
Yeah.
And like that was I'm like, holy fuck, you guys get nervous too.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, when I spar back in the day, or going back to Ryan, you know, when I saw him gearing up and I knew I couldn't touch him, right? He's just a fucking phenom. Yeah. So in the beginning, he would, you know, light me up, not out of punishment, just to light me up, to let me know, here's where you are, right? And it would be very easy for me to have given up. There was one day he just pummeled the shit out of me, and I came back the next day, and one of the coaches came up to me and he said, "Oh, you're back again, eh?" And he was impressed with the fact that I got fucking beat and came back the next day to do it again.
Yeah, that's where champions are made, though, man. Like,
that's right, though.
Well, even John Jones, he said he was terrified of Rampage Jackson. You would never know that. He's like, I had nightmares that he was going to knock me out.
Yes.
And that to me is like, dude, like that's John Jones. And he said he's scared. And that's the truth in it, though, right? Like, and anybody, yeah, I remember watching this show. It was in England. It was a bunch of SAS guys, and they just took civilians, and then it was like a game show who could last the longest through SAS training.
Yes.
Right? So those SAS guys are, they're
wired differently.
Yeah. So there were people saying like the one SAS guy was about to do a cliff jump with another guy, and the SAS guy was like, "You scared?" And the guy went, "No." And he just, "Get the fuck off the show." He kicked him off. And then he said, "Anybody that looks at me and says they're not scared in the slightest to jump 80 feet into the ocean off a cliff is lying."
Or they're just not fucking there.
Yeah. So he literally said, he's like, "I'm looking at this guy, dude's like shaking, like, no, I'm not scared." Like he said, "You can't," he said, "I'm scared every time I do it." You know what I mean? And then that's where he said, there's no bravery without fear. So,
and there's no shame in being afraid.
Exactly. And I tell people all the time, like, yo, I'm terrified of stuff. Like, there's certain things, like, I did a stand-up comedy thing.
Good for you, buddy.
Terrified. But I still went and did it.
Yep.
And I actually said to Andrew Packer, was the guy that organized it. He's a comedian out of Toronto. Absolutely love that guy. I was saying to him, I literally put that, how I felt nervously, I put that on par with the first time I ever walked into a boxing ring. Like, that's how much my heart was. Because... And even Andrew said, he's like, I feel a little bad for you because if it was a big arena, you can't see the faces of the people. There was only like maybe 100 people in the crowd, and they're right there. And like I could see them, I could look them in the eyes, and I'm like, shit. If I don't make these people laugh,
that's right,
I'm gonna want to pull out this Beretta behind. But yeah, it ended up going really well, thankfully.
Good for you. Do you have aspirations to do comedy like that?
No, I like to stick to my own lane. I have a bunch of stuff that I want to do business wise in the future.
Talk to me.
But I want to own my own gym.
Really?
That's something I've wanted to do that since I was 19.
Fuck, I don't know if that's a good career choice.
Yeah, no, it's not something that I want to like make the switch and do that full time. I just know that it, like 19-year-old me, like that's something like I'm not trying to make like a gym chain or anything. I just want one gym. But I know that if I was to open it up, I have so many friends that are like bodybuilders, MMA guys. Like if I was to do a grand opening and fly them out and have everybody do meet and greets, I would outsell any gym in this area.
Nice. Where would you put it?
Honestly, right now, Waterdown. Because there's only Crunch there right now. I know they're building a bigger Crunch, but it's the fastest growing city in all of Canada. Like, and just the growth. There's just so many people coming in. But as of right now, like, it's nowhere near in my reach yet. So I don't even, like, it's in the back of my mind. But that I also want to do my own brewery. Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
I think that'd be so cool to do, like, not like, I know Nelk Boys did, like, Happy Dad and stuff. I wouldn't want my own, like, niche beer that I would sell all over the world. Like I just want a brewery and just do a bunch of like people come in and like sit and
do
like,
their own shit.
Yeah, and like test it, like one of those like hipster breweries type of things. But because I went to one in Dundas and I'm like, this is cool, and it was bumping too, and I'm like, this is like they make the beer there and then they serve it directly out of the thing. Like it was half a brewery, half a pub.
Nice.
And I'm like, this is really cool. And like I don't even drink alcohol. I just thought that it's cool. Like it's. To me, that's something that I thought would be unique and niche. But other than that, man, like I'm still figuring it out. You know what I mean?
Aren't we all though, dude?
Yeah. I'm sure like the amount of friends that I've made, even if all my videos just all vanished off the face of the earth right now, like I know like Black Rifle would probably take me on as something, because like I'm really good friends with them and I love them. They're so great. Everybody involved in that company, I can't say anything bad about them.
Nice. They've done an amazing job with their marketing.
Yeah. Even the PFL, like I could probably get a job in the Professional Fighter League doing something, like even marketing for them or anything like that, especially like knowing the fighters. And that's one thing that I want to do as well, is I wanted to next year, I haven't talked to anybody about this. It was actually a guy named Andrew who works for the PFL who suggested it. I'm like, why the fuck haven't I thought of that? Holy shit. He's like, hey, you go to like every PFL event anyway. Why don't you do, not necessarily like a podcast, but why don't you do fighter interviews? Like kind of how that Nina girl does in the UFC, like for the UFC. Why don't you do that with the PFL guys? And I'm like, dude, shit. Like what? Yes. Like what? Like what the fuck? Like I'm friends with like 90% of the entire PFL roster. You know what I mean?
Why don't you do it?
That's what I mean. So yeah, next year I'm gonna do a separate channel where I'm just trolling with the fighters and all that and everything, and I
train with them.
Yeah,
I mean that's what we do when I get the opportunity to train with the fighters. We put that up on Perfect Sports.
Yeah,
and you get some fucking kick-ass training, dude. Like you're training with just like
the best. Yeah,
the best.
I've been to American Top Team 4 or 5 times now. I never got to train there, but like just to be in that environment and see the fighters and talk to them all, and there's so many cool people.
Guys up in Niagara Top Team are cool as fuck too.
Yeah, you'll know. Yeah, Aaron Jeffrey.
Yes.
Aaron and Dalton have fought twice.
Dalton looks good, man.
Yeah, Aaron beat Dalton the first time, and then Dalton beat Aaron the second time, and a lot of people are debating questioning whether Aaron didn't win the second time. I still think Dalton did as well, just based on like the fight knowledge and how judges score things. But it probably could have gone any other way with different judges, because certain judges like certain things.
For sure.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand when they're like, oh, these judges, they need to be fired. I'm like, hey, first of all, the PFL doesn't hire the judges, the Athletic Commission. It's the exact same judges, just like the refs for the UFC, for anywhere in the United States, right?
But you have to agree that some of the calls that those judges, they're bullshit.
Yeah, so some of them, and there is bias. It's human. They're humans.
That's why I don't like bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because to your point, you could just, like, on stage, you are at your unhealthiest state, right? You're depleted of all your electrolytes. You look your best, but you feel like shit.
Yeah.
And yet, based on a judge's decision, whatever mood he's in that day, whatever personal bias he has, you could lose something that should rightfully be yours.
Yeah. And that's the problem again, with the MMA stuff. So there's judges that prefer strikers.
Yep.
So they will, if you're just grappling, they'll be like, oh gosh. And they'll give it, they might even give the round to the other guy just out of spite. And that's just the truth of judging. But bodybuilding's by far worse, 100%. Because there's certain times where like in the MMA stuff, you can't not score it to the guy. You know what I mean? Like it would be ridiculous. But like bodybuilding, yeah, of course.
It's personal preference.
And I know that like on my opinion, and this is what I said, like there is a sports industry bias too. I cannot remember her name for the life of me. There was a woman that I had known, and she was a bodybuilder out of Burlington. This is going back probably like 10 years. And she stopped doing the bodybuilding after a few shows, and she ended up winning, I don't think it was the Olympia, but she ended up winning something big. And she said that she'll never compete there again because the judges looked at her at the Athletic Commission, whoever, when they handed her the trophy, they said, we didn't realize that you were from Ontario, Canada. We thought you were Ontario, California, because I saw Ontario, CA.
Yes.
Right? They said, you will not win another show here because you're Canadian. Because the sponsors, and it's all American, it's America. So they literally told her to her face that the only reason why she won is because they thought that she was from Ontario, California.
Wow.
And she had said, that pissed me off so much, I wanted nothing to do with the sport. She's like, it made me hate the sport.
Yeah.
So then she just decided to open her gym and do personal training. But again, that's to your point, like with the bias of judges. I think there was a couple times where Kai Green could have beat Phil Heath.
But it comes down to your preference on what you like to see.
Yes, but also Kai Green was also filmed screwing a melon. Like that that doesn't look, you know what I mean? But it's true. There's certain things that, like, judges will look at athletic commissions and whatever, and they'll be like, no, we can't, that guy did this, we shouldn't.
He fucked a fruit.
Yeah, and that was a grapefruit. We can't we can't do that.
It's not politically correct.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
It's amazing. Despite anything he's achieved in his life, he's still going to be known as the fruit fucker.
Yeah, I know, and it sucks too because I actually love Kai. But yeah, no, that's the other thing too, right? And again, it goes back to why I struggle with the religion stuff. It's human bias. You know, human bias in everything is, I mean, I'm biased towards certain things. I know I shouldn't be.
Oh, fuck off. Everybody has their fucking... Don't be judgmental. Fuck you. Everyone is judgmental. Everybody has their personal preferences and they're biased. To pretend you're something that you're not. Sure, aspire to be better than you are, but fuck off.
Yeah, no, I do not like out of shape people.
Neither do I.
If they have the choice and the option to not be out of shape.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you...
Don't be stupid.
Yeah,
fucking learn something. Don't be fat. Do something.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of shit for that too.
Well, the only reason why I don't think that you should is I want what's best for this country, and people forget that our free healthcare isn't free. So if I see someone who's chain smoking cigarettes and they're saying, hey, you need to stop, otherwise your lungs are going to collapse and you're going to need a lung transplant. Do you know how much a lung transplant costs from taxpayers' dollars?
Yes.
And now you're going to sit there because you don't have to pay it. You're going to sit there and continue to smoke.
And daisy chain your cigs?
Yeah.
For sure.
And be a weak human, right? And then now you're going to cost us as a society. No, you're not a functioning member of society. You piss me off.
That's right. You're a leech.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But again, we're going to get fucking shit for that too.
But you can't though at the end of the day because facts don't care about your feelings. And it
no,
is.
And I'm a sociopath, so I don't give a fuck about your feelings either. Right? The fact remains is you have the option to be healthier, okay? You may not be the epitome of health, but don't be a fat fuck. Do something with your life and get in better shape.
Yeah.
Right? And if you lack the motivation or to do that, then you need to look within and find out why do you not desire to be better.
Yeah, 100%. I would never in a million years make fun of somebody or say something about somebody who is overweight if they're in the gym trying. That's the other
I love
thing
those
too.
people, dude.
Yeah.
Those are an inspiration because they've realized that, you know what, I look like shit. Maybe I should I feel like shit. Maybe I should do something. I fucking love those people.
Yeah.
Go for a drive and you see some overweight person running slowly. Oh, I fucking love those people, man.
Yeah. Like when I was in January, I had sat, and I remember it very specifically. I was sitting up in my bed like this, and the reflection of the mirror, the window, I looked and I saw like that, and I was like, no, that can't be, like, is the glass like stretched? Like, is that like what the fuck? And like the scale said 240, and I'm like, dude, like I'm getting fat. Like I'm out of shape.
Yeah.
Shit. And I'm 30 years old. I cannot do this. I need to do something about this.
But you did, man.
Yeah. But I already had years of training before that. Like I've been super skinny, and then I've been muscular, and I've gotten fat, and then I got in better shape. I've never been like ripped. The closest I would have been was when I was boxing, but it was never, but it was never like shredded. The most, I was probably maybe like 13% body fat.
That's low.
Which is still low, but it's not like you're not shredded. You know, that's like the 8%.
Yeah, but you can't sustain that.
No, you can't. Yeah, which is why I think Dalton is an athletic fucking freak in nature.
Guy looks good. Like even forget his skill. Visually, he looks fucking great.
He doesn't lift weights. That's the he doesn't lift weights. That's why I said to him, like, he's a genetic anomaly. Because he's tested by USADA more than any other fighter.
Yeah,
by far. And like he's literally walked off the plane in other countries, and USADA's there like, hey, like they'll just knock on his door. Hey, we're not testing you today. Hey, we need a blood sample. Like all this stuff. It's crazy, but there's certain people. It's like, you know those cows they get Wagyu steak from.
Yeah.
I swear, like that's like Dalton's got that genetic in him.
There are people that have genetic advantages. That's just a fact of life.
Yeah.
Right. But too many people rely on their gifts and they don't focus on just pure hard work. Right? Yeah. I'll take the guy who will bust his balls to get better than the person who's just naturally talented.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the other thing too is I know a lot of people, like, again, like you're probably not gonna make it to the NBA if you're like 5'1", you know what I mean? that doesn't mean though that you can't train and have an insane jump shot or whatever. Like you can still train really hard. It's just there are certain limitations in certain things, which sucks because if you want to be a basketball player and you had that height, that would suck.
Yes. But I deny those realities. We had someone on here, a psychiatrist, and we were actually talking about that very topic where there are certain realities in life. I'm 57. I train twice a day, 6 days a week, right? I do that so I can compete with guys in their 20s.
Yeah.
Right? So you can either just accept the fact that I choose not to accept a reality that goes against my reality.
Yeah. I mean, that's 100% fair too, because at the end of the day, you create your own reality.
Absolutely.
Realistically.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people don't understand that, and they don't realize it until it's too late. You know what I mean? And like you're sitting there and you look back at your life and you're, oh shit, I wish I did this differently. I would hate to be that person.
That's a motherfucker of a regret.
Yeah, because you're sitting there on your deathbed and you see like, that's why they say like the graveyard is the place where the most like successful people could have been, like the could have beens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it sucks, man, because I see a lot of people with so much potential. Like I know some of my friends who are athletic freaks, but they're lazy. I'm like, dude, you could totally easily being the elite athletic people of the world, but they just don't have the drive.
Yeah, I'm conflicted with people like that. I've been asked why I started doing this podcast, and then like I certainly didn't do it to be like well known or anything like that. I did it because for two reasons. A lot of people were telling me because the way my mindset, they feel that more people should sort of, subscribe to that kind of mindset. I do it because selfishly, I get to speak to some very cool people, right? Yeah. And that's a gift to me. But if you said anything today that inspired somebody else, or if I said anything today that inspired or motivated somebody else, that's a gift to us, right? So that's why I did it, that we hopefully can touch people and let them believe that maybe if they have this opportunity that they could be more than they are.
Yeah.
And selfishly, like I said, I get to talk to some really fucking cool people.
Yeah, 100%. I think this is a good idea. It's
Thank
cool.
you.
It's been good so far.
Thank you.
And I know I was looking at the Be Great thing. I forgot to tell you a story. So I had your shirt on that had like that demon, like the black one.
The one, yeah.
Yeah, so I had that one on and I was in an elevator in Chicago and there was two Russian guys. One, it was the current PFL heavyweight champion, Oleg Popov.
Yeah.
And he was with his teammate and Oleg doesn't speak English. And I just see him in the elevator. Oleg points at me and says something. And then his friend says something to him. And then his friend goes, "Hey." I'm like, "Oh, no." And he's like, "Your shirt." Like, what is your shirt at the back? What does it mean? And I like turn and I look at it and it's like, "Oh, be great." And he goes, "Oh, Oleg likes your shirt." And I went, "Oh, thank goodness. I thought Oleg was about to kill me in this elevator and there's nothing I could have done about it." So then Oleg was like straight faced and then the Russian guy was laughing. He said it to Oleg and went, "Oh," Oleg went, "Oh, no, brother. Be great." Like
awesome.
That. He said that. When I gave him the fist, his fucking hand was like this big, but yeah. So he liked the shirt. I was almost gonna be like, damn, I should have got him one, but I didn't have any like on me. You know what I mean? And plus, I don't know if you do any sizes that would fit that guy.
How's that? The t-shirts you're putting out, which I think are dope, dude. How's that working out for you?
Oh, what, like my merch stuff?
Yeah.
It's not really like there was a bit. I got to redo it because those have been out for 2 years now, I think. So like most people that got them already. I only make like a few bucks here and there.
Yeah.
It's not crazy, but when I first brought them out, they were crushing because everybody wanted them. So
yeah,
that's something that I got to do soon is I'm going to go reevaluate the merch and put out a new line and get rid of that line. So I'll do like a last like sale, like, hey, it's just this like month and then these are gone forever. And then I'll bring out the new line. So
that's a good idea because when you give a sense of urgency,
yeah, people
want to get it.
I like to give them a month too because at the end of the day, like we're in such a rough shape in the economy anywhere in the world really, and like I mean it's only $30, but to $30 to some people like that might be like a few days worth of food, right?
Yep, sure.
And like that's the other thing too is they can watch my stuff for free, and that to me is more important, right? I don't make money. Like all people think like, oh, you must crush it. Like, dude, yes, but only because of like the business deals that I've done and YouTube. I don't get paid from TikTok or Instagram for views because nobody does in Canada. You can't. There's no
No way, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's no creator program for Instagram or TikTok. So yeah, I make zero. I could, if I had moved to the States, got residency, and then was able to do the program, I'd be living in a nice ass house right now. So yeah,
dude.
Yeah. But again, like that's the other reason why I'm debating moving is because it's, yeah, man, like I'd be making triple what I make now.
So if you just set up a mailbox.
I thought about it, but I do believe you need residency.
Okay, so rent some piece of shit hole, but you got to give up your citizenship.
And then I got to pay 50% of everything I ever earned. That's the leaving tax for Canada.
Yes, yeah, I'm well aware of that.
Yeah. Yeah, for you, that's way worse.
Yeah. Dude, I pay 54% tax right now.
Yeah,
like, how fucking insane is that? And going back to your medical system, I think Canada needs 2 medical systems in place. One where you can pay to play, and then the other one that's for the public. And so you get to decide, because that would streamline everything. It would also take away the blockage in the bandwidth, because everyone now has to play by the same rules. If you go to the hospital, you're going to wait fucking God knows how long for a treatment. But if someone were to go to the hospital and say to me, okay, bro, I can do an MRI on your knee right now, give me $800. I'm like, here's my fucking credit card, put me in.
Yeah.
And I think we should have that availability in Canada.
I ended up going private for my leg surgery. I paid $6,500.
Oh, it's cheap.
And yeah, so I had varicose veins.
Oh, shit.
I still do a little bit, but they found 4 blood clots in mine. So they said that, hey, listen, the free one will probably take 9 months, and we'd rather not have you have 4 blood clots in your varicose veins for 9 months.
So you didn't do it here, though, did you?
Yeah, I did it here, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I did it at a place in Oakville. And I ended up getting the laser surgery.
Yes.
So the free one would have had to like carve up my legs too. So I had scars. So I ended up doing the lasers, non-invasive. I walked out the same, like I literally booked it. I got the surgery the next day and I walked straight out of there, drove myself home. 1,000 times better. And then like even the doctor said, I know 6,500 is expensive, but now you're covered for life. If they come back, you just come back to the clinic and you're good. And now you're not going to have scars. The recovery time is so much longer for the free one. You'd have to wait. Who even knows if you'd get it in 9 months? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or what worse condition you'd be in.
Yeah, but I had said, in my opinion, and this would be, it would need to be refined, but the general idea I think is there. If you go to the hospital and the doctor doesn't prescribe you medication or doesn't deem that it was an emergency and you could have had like Advil or whatever, you should pay $100.
That's fair.
I think that it would clear up probably like 50, maybe even more % of the congestion in the hospitals. Because every single time that I go to the emergency room, there's some, like, it's mostly just, you're sick. Like, just go home. Like, you don't need to be here. Like, if you have chest pain, or like I was in the hospital 3 days ago because I woke up in the morning, I lost peripheral vision in my left eye. So I went, oh shit. And then I went to the optometrist because I thought like this is like messed up. And then I just got this blistering pain right here. And then I lost feeling in the left side of my body.
Oh,
I could still move everything and I could still grip, but I couldn't feel anything in my leg. My tongue went like cold on the left side.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it was. So they phoned me an ambulance and I got an ambulance to Joseph Brant Hospital in Burlington. And they did a CT scan and they said everything's fine. We do believe it was a complex migraine, which can bring upon the symptoms of a stroke. So, but tomorrow morning, I got to go back to the hospital. They're going to do an MRI tomorrow morning just to make sure, because that can show evidence of like small strokes and everything.
Sure.
So they were just, the doctor is really concerned, but obviously I didn't have to wait because I was in an ambulance. I mean, I'm going to pay for the, I don't know how much it'll be. The bill will come in the mail at some point.
For the ambulance, yeah.
Yeah, which I don't care because I was in hell. Like, I remember being in the ambulance, I couldn't see the dude's face. Like, it was way too blurry.
Yeah.
And like, I'm spaced out. Yeah, that was ridiculous. They ended up giving me these tablets, like a prescription for it. It's like the size of a pinhead, and it dissolves instantly on your tongue. It's $10 a pill, and I had to get 10 of them. So I'm like, holy shit, man, $100 just for some bullshit. But like when I'm there, you're hearing like, oh, my hip. I'm like, dude, like you're taking up a bed from someone that could actually need it. You know, there's people out there. The only time I've ever been in the hospital where I was like, oh yeah, that guy should probably be in here was I'm sitting there, this dude walks in, he's pale as a ghost, and he's holding this towel, and the towel's like soaked in blood, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh gosh, what's that? And
Oh, heavens.
he was on great heavens. He was on a building site and chopped his whole hand off with a miter saw. Like
Oh my God.
Yeah, so then they rushed him in, and I'm like, yeah, he should probably be here. Yeah. And there was another guy too, where he came in with a towel over his face, and apparently he was cleaning his pool, and the bleach slipped out of his hand, and it went like the powder, and like went in his eyes, on his mouth, like in his, yeah. So I was like, yeah, you should probably be here too.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah. But there's been, times I've sat in those waiting rooms, man, and I'm like, why are these people here? Like, I'm not gonna judge them. Like, if
Fuck off. Yes, you are judging them.
Yeah, okay, I am, but there could be something I don't see. But from what I can visibly see, and I've been in the waiting room for an hour, and I've seen their condition, they're just, and especially if they're on their phone, like laughing with each other, I'm like, nah, you.
Fuck you.
Yeah, get out.
Yes.
There's someone that needs to take this.
Yes.
But yeah.
All right, last question.
Yeah.
What do you want to do next? What's your next, like, give me a year, what you want to do.
I want to try and have a pro fight in the PFL on an undercard.
Nice.
So I want to do like a few amateur fights, maybe 5, and then reach out to the PFL and be like, hey, let's do this shit. And then
Who do you want to do the amateur fights with?
I don't know yet. I'll look around at gyms and everything, and obviously they'll do it when they think I'm ready. I'm not just gonna run into it. I want to make sure that
You don't want to be a soup can.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to do that as like a little venture side quest. But if like dreaming big, if it goes well, if I could get a pro fight with the PFL on like an undercard, and then maybe get a second one in there, I'll call out Jake Paul for an MMA fight. 100%. I wouldn't box him. He tuned me up in boxing, but
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, listen, I commend the guy on his marketing skills.
Yeah.
I don't like the shit talking that happens, and I understand that it sells. To me, like, I started training in martial arts when I was 15, and to me, it was always based on respect and
Yeah, 100%.
So
yeah,
that kind of shit talking, like, I don't like it, but I get it.
he had my respect until Tyson, because to fight a 60-year-old man, in my opinion, when you're in your 20s, that's ridiculous. Especially like a legend like Tyson.
Yes.
And like his knees, I don't care how fit you are, right? If like Tyson went through periods of time where he did not take care of himself. You know what I mean? If you consistently take care of yourself, that's a bit different. But Tyson's been like this for a lot of his life, right? And
You think that fight was legit?
I think it was legit because I think that Tyson's knees moved at the pace a 60-year-old with issues and knee problems would move, right? And with boxing, it's about the torque.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Like from the ground up, you know what I mean? And I don't know if it was, it's so hard to tell. I mean, I think boxing's like the most corrupt combat sport as it is anyway. There's too many champions. There's too many, I don't even know what you call them, not divisions. Associations.
Yes.
There's too many, like nobody knows who's champion of what.
Oh, I know.
And it's all money, money, money. So yeah, I don't know about that, but
Bless you.
thank you.
I respect Jake Paul for getting better
Yeah.
and committing to get it better. I don't know. I don't think that Tyson fight was legit.
Yeah, there was something weird about it for sure. I
And now Tyson's going to fight Floyd Mayweather.
yeah, well, that's just a money grab.
Sure,
That's I won't even watch it, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually won't follow or watch Jake Paul at all. Anything he does boxing wise,
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah.
I got duped with the Tyson fight.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is messed up. And I think, at least for him, the only reason why I think that he would definitely beat me in boxing is because he's trained it every day. If he actually has been every day for like, 6 years now or something like that. And with like,
He still drops his hands.
true, but he's also got, like, he's going to be paying the best coaches. He's going to have the best play. Like, he has no excuse to be fat too. I don't know why he's fat. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, but I can't look at him and be like, I don't know. Like, I would have to see it in the ring. Like, if I got in the ring with him and I could tell within the front, I'd be like, oh, okay, never mind. Or like, you can tell when someone can fight when you're in there with them within the first few seconds. You know what I mean? It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to see it from the outside
I think
too.
you can tell if someone can fight just interaction with someone, the way they move, the way the way they, like, even this, when people start doing this, I'm like, oh, you motherfucker, you can move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's especially like when I see people like when they're doing striking and I see this shoulder come up, and I'm like, oh, okay, like they know, like, yeah, keep the chin, like the chin tucked as well. If I see people like instantly go in there and they're doing that leaning back, the lean back is for me is like, oh, well, I'm just gonna teep you and you're gonna go on your ass. But
Yeah,
I think the lean
yeah.
back is weird to me. I'm
Well,
like,
I'll chop your leg as soon as I see you start.
Yeah,
to do
exactly.
that, I'm gonna go for your legs.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that or like if someone's yelling, like I want to fuck you up. I'm like, okay, you're not. Sure, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's from a sports perspective. What do you
Yeah.
want to do in terms of your videos and building up your influencer brand?
I think I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But if I could step back, I would like to do more long form on YouTube. It's just for me, man. No
How many followers do you have on
time.
YouTube?
734,000.
Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. I want to get that golden button by the end of the year, which I think is possible. The golden plaque for 1 mil. For right now, yeah, I want to focus maybe even more doing acting stuff too. I think would be cool because there's a lot of stuff where like people don't think about it because it's my videos, right? Like there's nothing there. Like I'm literally method acting like all the time. Like I'll be walking around like, oh, I got to do this for tomorrow's video, and I'll just be like in the shower, like practicing what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Or like I want to get into a mindset of being like a douchebag. I'll just start like thinking about like, and I'm constantly thinking and acting and whatever, and I almost find like I'm never really myself very often unless I'm sitting down and having a conversation with somebody, and like there's certain things that I'll do and people are like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. I'm like, yeah, because like all you see is I post nothing about my personal life at all. Like I literally posted 2 videos yesterday on my story of me chopping wood, and people are like, I didn't know you could do that. I'm like, yeah, I've chopping wood all my life, man. Like that's what I do. So I don't know, but I also like the secrecy too of my personal life because it gives me a break.
Sure.
And nobody's...
The only thing that I would disagree with is this person that you were talking to right now, this is who I am. I don't put on an air about myself, this arrogant sort of kind of guy that I am. That's me.
Yeah.
And I think as long as you're genuine with people are going to like you or hate you, but they're going to like and hate you for who you really are. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that you weren't. Like,
No. I'm just saying
yeah.
that's to my point. That,
Yeah. Like my videos are not me. Like I'm not. It's
that's different.
It's what's up here.
Yes.
But it's not me personally. It's almost like an outlet of me being able to just act like a retard.
I think you've got great content. I find it because it's a very stylized form of entertainment, sort of akin to like the South Park, the cut and paste look and everything, right? The way they walk, that twitchy shit. And so do you shoot on a green screen, or is it just you just shoot wherever you shoot and you just cut yourself out?
Yeah, so like when I was showing Mel on my iPad, I have like a folder with all the different images of me. And then I put them on like a program on my iPad.
Yeah, don't give your secrets away.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers are already trying to copy you.
Yeah, literally. But so I have like the images already taken. If I do green screen stuff, honestly, like you don't really need a green screen these days. Like AI technology is pretty good at picking you out and cropping you out yourself. If you want to use a green screen, go ahead. But like the reason why that came around is because you can use something called like a chroma key or something like that. Yeah,
That's what I have.
Where
that's
you
what
can
we used to do.
Yeah, so like,
AI, that's like people, slag AI, but it has sped things up.
yeah, I think it sped things up too fast though. Like in the way that it's advancing as well. You used to have like AI couldn't do fingers 3 years ago, and now it can do like sweat details on people's foreheads.
I know, dude. I dig it.
Yeah.
But aren't you in the slightest bit excited about what's coming next?
The only thing that I want is, and they kind of have it right now for VR, my favorite thing to do, oh my gosh, it's gonna make me sound like a psychopath. So there's a game that I play on the VR where you're in a gladiator arena and you can grab people by the throat like that, like stab them with a knife.
This the PlayStation VR?
No, it's the Oculus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like you could like grab a spear and like throw it in somebody like like they died. You're literally a gladiator. Oh, it's so much fun. And then so I want to have it where like you can have like like you can feel it, like it's almost dead, and like you have a suit where like if you get hit you can feel it. Not well,
they have the optic. So on the PlayStation, right? You can. If you're playing something or with the gun or whatever, it will vibrate.
Yeah. There
are suits that you can wear. So if you're fighting and you hit somebody, you actually feel a little pressure in the area that you got hit.
Yeah.
There was a movie years ago called Ready Player One, where the society has just become so involved into VR that they've just lost touch with actual reality.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like the things we're doing with medicine, the things we're doing with science, I'm quite excited about what the next 5 years are going to bring. Could it go down a dark path? For sure.
It will, because humans are involved. That's the problem, right?
Yeah,
Like
if there's
the
a way
wrong
to
people-
corrupt it or
yeah.
make money from it,
Yeah.
there's a likelihood, but it's still exciting.
Yeah, I've always said, like, I'm on the polar opposite. I always said I was born 2,000 years too late. I just want to be in a Roman legion. that'd be my dream
Food
job.
was shit.
yeah.
I don't know. I dig pirates though, man.
Pirates would have been cool.
But then you
yeah.
got the bad teeth and the scurvy.
Yeah, I was saying the syphilis. Yeah,
Did you ever see Spartacus?
it's my favorite TV series.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah,
I've watched that last episode of season 1, Kill Them All.
yeah.
I can't tell you how many times.
Yeah, Andy Whitfield, that was so sad when
It
he
was,
passed
man.
away. Did you
Yes.
see the documentary of his, Be Here Now?
No.
It's so good. So Jai Courtney, who played Varro,
Yes. Yeah.
him and Andy Whitfield's wife did a documentary that they documented the last few months of his life. It made me cry, 100%. It's definitely but it's like Andy and his message and all that stuff. And you literally like follow Andy through all of his procedures and everything.
That was sad.
It was a really good documentary though. And I spoke to his wife.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Amazing.
just through Instagram DMs.
That's
But
not
like after the documentary, I was like, that was so cool. And like again, when that came out, I was I think it was like 14, 15 years old when Blood and Sand came out. Yeah,
that was
15.
part 2 with that was the break. So Andy got sick.
Then they had Dustin something played Gannicus. He was in the prequels.
Yes. So that
Yeah.
was that was the break, Blood and Sand.
No, that was Gods of the Arena. Blood and Sand, Gods of the Arena, Vengeance, War of the Damned.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hated the ending when everyone got fucking crucified.
Yeah, that sucked. Especially Gannicus as well. I was like, damn it. At least Agron lived. Spoiler alert. Just the entire fucking...
Yeah, I fucking love Spartacus.
Yeah, my favorite was Crixus.
Crixus was a
Yeah,
badass.
yeah, I spoke to Manu Bennett over DMs as well. 'Cause
Amazing.
I'm like,
But
dude,
you see what
they
you've done?
answer me though because of my platform.
That's right.
Yeah.
So because of your success, you've been given the opportunity to do things that other people can't. And that's what I dig about shit like that.
Yeah,
Right?
that is cool to me.
For me, I've had the opportunity to train and speak to people that in any other circumstance I would not have the opportunity to.
Yeah.
And that's a gift, man.
Yeah, there's full circle moments for me too. Like when I met The Undertaker, that was huge for me.
Yeah, being a WWE nerd.
Yeah, and then David Allen, who is one of the coolest people on the planet, he makes suits. He's made 3 of mine. He's made me like a vest and everything too. He did the Rock's vest for WrestleMania this year and last year. He's John Cena's like personal suit guy. So all the suits that John Cena wears, he does a lot for he does like Pat McAfee. He does a lot of the Steelers players, the Pittsburgh Pirates players. But he because of him, I was able to go to his charity fashion shows that he does every year. And I got to meet Kofi Kingston, who's another guy that I grew up watching. I got to meet so many other wrestlers that I grew up watching. That's how I was able to meet Dalton in person as well. So because of David Allen, yeah, it's like seeing my platform and inviting me into that space, I was able to meet so many people that I've looked up to a lot of my life. And like, that's crazy to me. So
you came from a potentially dark period, right? Where you were fucked out of luck.
yeah.
And here you are now successful. Yeah. If you were to give one piece of advice to people that are struggling, what would you do? What would you say?
I mean, I'm not...
No, don't be humble. I hate fucking humility.
No. It's not from a humble thing. I don't... And this... I don't think anybody can do what I do. I really don't. And I don't mean that to put other people down. If people are struggling, you have to find out what works for you. That's the most important part. Like, you can draw motivation from other people, but in order to be successful, you have to do something that you enjoy and that you feel is right. If you try and chase something like, oh, I want to make music, but you don't have a passion for music, it's not going to work.
So saying do what you love.
Yeah, do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life, really.
Yeah.
And I would just think, like, if you're struggling too, the most important part is probably evaluating who's in your life, because you're struggling for a reason. And if you don't have the right support systems around you, then you're never gonna, like, nobody can do anything on their own. I still had people helping me, You know what I mean? Like I had people, the reason why I was able to not sleep outside is because someone helped me and I took that help. And that's another thing. You got to take help. Nobody does anything on their own. It's not manly or, not good of you to not accept help. That's a lot of things that I learned like growing up is accepting help is very important and the ability to say no is just as important. And I would say that's probably my advice for people who are really struggling. I just can't see them. I've not met anybody exactly like me, if that makes sense. Because we are all individuals at the end of the day.
For sure.
So it's hard for me to give advice for what I did. Like, I don't think people could copy exactly what I did.
No, and you wouldn't want them to either.
No.
I'd like, fuck you, don't copy me.
Yeah.
But learn from the message because your message applies. It's not that you don't want them to be like you. It's the fact that your message has merit.
Yeah.
Seek help if you need it.
Yeah, 100%.
Do what you love.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is if do what you love doesn't translate into financial gain. If you want to do something because you love it as a side hustle or like a hobby, cool. But I do agree with something you said earlier in the fact that do what you love, but if it's not generating the kind of income you need to reevaluate.
Yeah. I mean, I probably would have made videos, just not on the volume that I do. I do this because I love it. It just happened. We live in a day and age where you can make money off of it, right? I would be more than happy, again, just living in a cabin in the woods. So it's not necessarily, there's no money in that at all. It's the exact opposite. But that would bring me like true joy. But
Yes.
I struggle too because I do want a family of my own.
Okay.
I just struggle with relationships.
How so?
I was in a relationship for 6 years that was really bad.
How
And
so?
it's just abusive
On whose end?
on me being the receiving end.
Oh shit.
Which, yeah.
She took the dog, first of all.
Yeah. No, it was her dog to start with.
Yeah,
It was
fuck her.
dog, yeah. But
The cunt.
yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that it was so chaotic and it was too much for me that now I've dated a couple people, but then I get like scared that my peace is going to be interrupted.
Yeah.
And that's something I have to work on for sure.
Or I would suggest find someone who brings you peace.
That's all I ask for. And I always say that to people. I was like, if you bring me peace, I will do anything for you. Because I believe that if you find the right person, you can be more successful than you can on your own. Because you'll have that extra motivation.
Sure.
Right? Like, if I'm doing this for me, but if I find someone that, like, I don't really love myself that much. But if I find someone
Don't say that.
Well, I mean, it's the truth. I don't necessarily not like myself, but I'm not, like, I don't put myself first a lot of times.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. I just think, like, for me, if I had someone who I could love unconditionally, it would motivate me to do even more because I would want to do better for them.
Yep, I dig that. I get it. I can relate.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming from with that. I'm still doing it for me because that's just my mental fortitude doesn't allow me to be a failure. If I fail at
I dig
something,
that.
I will keep trying.
Yep.
And again, like, not stupidly though. There is a way to fail stupidly and there's a way to fail where it's a lesson. Right? So for me, yeah, I think I do want a family. I'm right now at this point, if I find someone and it works, congrats. But if not, I'm not going to actively keep looking for and seeking it. I truly believe that, like, that type of relationship happens very rarely where you meet, like, your best friend.
Yes.
But I'm not going to settle for less at this point.
I agree. Like, I'm very fortunate with my relationship with Jackie in that she brings something different to the table than what I bring.
Yeah.
And, I wish that for you because to settle for anything less, you're robbing from yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And that was a lesson that I had to learn very harshly. Yeah, that whole 6 years, that went on for probably 4 more years longer than it should have. But there's just a lot of other factors involved too. I just think, it also did come from a point of weakness on my part from not knowing when to leave or
Fair.
No, knowing when to leave, but not having the courage to do it. I think that was a big part of it because there's also a scariness and the uncertainty of, again, like, shit, where am I going to live now? Like, luckily I have so many great friends and family that surround me that have helped me through all that. But yeah, I've been out of that relationship now for a while, and it's still to this day is like, I don't want to go and even think or entertain going through that again. So I get so scared.
Sure, but you would be able to recognize now.
Yeah, really quickly. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I would say don't judge the next relationship on the sins of your last one.
Yeah, and I fully understand that too. And I've never, like, the people that I've dated, there's nothing wrong. They're not doing, I'm just not feeling it. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and it sucks because it's like, I don't want them to think they did something wrong or something wrong with them. And I'd like to think I've been pretty communicative about that, but that's just life, man. Like, that's another whole thing goes back to like why are we here? You know what I mean? And then you start thinking like, yeah, well, it would be nice to have a wife and kids, but then at the same time, I'm at such peace with what I do now. But I also don't want to be like down the line, be like, shit, I'm 7 years old now, and I got nobody here. Like, I got no kids, I got no next generation. I don't, like, what the hell? So that's just what goes on in my brain at night, like in the shower, shower thoughts.
Yeah, and that's a very interesting topic that, you have to question, why do you want the next generation?
I think that for me, I'm very proud of my family history and like the lineage that I come from. Mm-hmm. And I've done a lot of research into my family and everything, and like found, have you watched the show Vikings at all?
Of course.
Okay, so you know Rollo?
Yeah.
So in real life, Rollo's my 34th grandfather. And then Emperor Charlemagne, I believe, is 32nd. So once, the way I tracked it through Ancestry is once you get to Iceland, which is where a lot of my family, well, the family that is on Rollo and Charlemagne's side came through Iceland. Iceland's very easy to track because the way they do their last names. So if I'm Thor and I have a son named Bjorn, he would be Bjorn Thorn's son, and then his son would be something Bjornsson, right? So it's easy to track. And then within like 2 generations into Iceland, I found royalty, a baron. And once you find royalty, they're the most well-documented people. So I was able to track it straight back to, I think, like the 800s.
Wow.
But yeah, there was loads of people in my family, like King Harold, the one at the Battle of Hastings, got shot in the eye with the arrow from William the Conqueror's army. There's just loads of, my family's just steeped in like conquerors and royalty, and that's why I also get the itch of like, man, I don't think they would endorse me to be a political leader because of like the shit that I would want to do, but there's always an itch, which is why I have that constant battle in my head of like cabin in the woods versus try and conquer the world. And both of them are equally as appealing to me. So that's why I'm like, shit, like, I don't know what to do. And there's no way you can have one or the other. You can have one first and then the other.
Sure.
But then...
You can't go the opposite.
Yeah, you can't go the opposite. So, like, to me, the reason why I want kids as well is I want to carry that gene on, that legacy. And I want to teach them, like, hey, this is where you come from. Like, don't let other people dictate. Like, look what our family's done throughout history, like, genetically and whatever, like... I think for me to just end that line, because my mom didn't have any other kids, and it wasn't from my dad's side, it was from my mom's side. So I'm the last one left. Otherwise, and then that line's over. From my perspective, everybody's related.
Similar for us,
yeah.
My family as well. There's only a few Coleros, male figures. Once, we cross the Rainbow Bridge, that's it for the Colero line. Yeah. But I'm going to leave such a mark with that fucking name that no one's going to forget me anyway.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man, at the end of the day. And yeah, I just think that there's so much stuff in this world, like you and I are in good positions where we got so many options of like, we can do whatever pretty much we want. Like we're not trapped. Like I was lucky I was able to escape the 9-to-5 thing. And
by your own work ethic.
Yeah, exactly. So like, that to me, being able to, there's nothing better than going to Fortino's on a Tuesday at 11 o'clock. Like there's nobody there. There's no traffic. There's like, everybody has always said like, why do you do it? This is why I do it. I don't have to deal with traffic. I will on the way home now today, but still.
Your ex still have your dog?
It's not my dog. She was never my dog from the start, but yeah she still has the dog. Yeah.
You want to go get it?
No, yeah, could you imagine? She's easy to kidnap too. Well, her son biologically is not my son.
Right.
But I still see him every so often.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is nice because he's 8 years old now. I was at his birth. You know what I mean? So like I've been in his life his entire time, and I'm a pretty positive male role model in his life, I'd like to think. So, but I went to pick him up the day and opened the truck door, and Dakota, the dog, hopped right in, and I was like, I was like,
bro.
wow, you're easy to kidnap. No, we've talked about it now. So if the dog goes missing,
it wasn't us.
Yeah. Cut that part out of the.
Brother, man, it was a fucking honor.
Yeah,
Thank you, my friend.
100%.
Be great.